Hey everyone. Happy Friday. Hope you all had great holidays, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. How's everybody doing tonight? Anybody else exhausted from the holidays? Feels like a Monday. We got a storm coming in. It's getting nasty out there already. Sucks. Oh, holy crap. Thank you so much, Sherry. Thank you for that. And also Trisha, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Hey, friends. Yeah, stay safe and warm. It is nasty out here. Flipped the entire I found comments but no promises because I am so pissed off. It's another lousy attempt, is what it is. Um, and the timing says everything, and I'm sure the courts will recognize that. I mean, you wait. They had all these months to do it, and they suddenly do it now while we're in the middle of writing briefs when it's the holiday. I mean, anybody with a lick of sense can tell what their goal is here. And yeah, I think I'm going to trust that the courts will as well. Thank you, Deanna, for hitting a thumbs up. Thank you, Marina Girl, for being a member. Crime Junkie as well. Thank you. You're a rocking example of me. I don't know about all of that, but I do appreciate you. Super tired. It sounds like it's sleeting here. It is, yeah, we're around the same area. 70 plus. Get the hell out of here. Just started snowing in central Jersey. Yeah, it's getting nasty already. I just got in. I would have gone live sooner, but I had prior plans, and these people have ruined enough of my plans. They've taken enough of my you know, my joy that I was going to let them take this one too. So I decided to stick with my original plans and see you all now, and I appreciate you being here. Love you too, Sarah. Thank you for that. It's me, Pretty in Pink, gifted 5 members. Thank you. And Donna with the membership milestone. Thank you. We got your back, Randy. I do appreciate you all. They did it Christmas Eve. Well, that's the way these people think, right? Yeah, of course, Chica. I would love a great laugh, a good laugh. Evidence that they're abusing a court system, avoiding judgment. Oh, it's like, hey, Chantel. These type of people that are lonely, that are miserable, they don't appreciate or they want everybody to feel the way they feel, right? Like I spent my Christmas with my family, with my loved ones. Every year they get older, and that's that, you never know when your last Christmas will be. I couldn't fathom spending my Christmas putting out somebody's text messages because the mod told me to chill out, or going live 4 times about drama. Like I couldn't fathom spending my holidays and that, or filing a ridiculous, frivolous fucking gag order. I couldn't fathom. Thank you, OG Earthy. And the fact that this is how these people spend their time is like, do you even have a, you know what I mean? Like, you have anything else going on in life? Do you need a fucking hug? It is so pitiful. Chai, thank you so much for the gifted. Thank you for that. And Casual Art, welcome back. Thank you for becoming a member again. No, I am not in the wrong, Donna. And yeah, so we'll get into it. I don't want to miss anybody's stuff today. If I do, I'm not doing it on purpose. I will be crossing screens over. So if I miss something, that is why, is because I'm not on my main screen to say it. Thank you, Crafting with Amy. Up to good. Thank you so much. Wow, Chico, that is quite a friend you got. And can you, after you read it, let me know some? That is fucking hysterical. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Kenneth. Granny, I'm standing with you no matter what. Thank you. Missy Lou, I hope you had a great Christmas as well. I really did. I enjoyed it. They even posted on Facebook. Yeah, they want attention again, right? Nick has realized that without exploiting Sebastian, without all of the quote unquote dark members or dark team people talking about him, that he's a shell of nothing. And people like him crave attention, good or bad. They want us all to start talking about them again so that his little channel can get some type of traction before he tries to come on there with somebody he deems to be highly respected, Bruce Castor. You know what I mean? Like, this is all an attempt to keep them all fucking going. It's ridiculous. We all know the truth and always win. Yeah. I mean, for example, they're putting stuff in from last March and April. Well, if nothing major has happened since March and April, why would you need an immediate gag order or restraining order? It's crazy. Thank you, Wa. That is a fact, Granny. Would have never dreamed 3 years ago my 15-year-old grandson spent his last Christmas. Deanna, I'm so sorry. Kathy, welcome. Thank you for becoming a member. Chico. AK with the gifted too. Thank you. So I can't either. That's hysterical. Jill with the 50 gifted memberships. Holy shit. Thank you. DTOS, I appreciate you. Thank you. I agree. Where's your warrant? It's not the memories aren't for me. They're for my kids. I want my kids to remember that Christmas started off the way it should. We spend Christmas Eve with family. We lay down and watch a Christmas movie before bed. They wake up in the morning to their gifts. I'm present. I'm there. I'm sound of mind. We put on the Christmas music. We start cooking the dinner. We bake the cookies. You know what I mean? Like, I want my kids to have the memories. The memories aren't for me. I would never want my kids to one day have their own kids and have no traditions to pass down other than maybe sitting on the computer and trash talking people. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just get a fucking life. Like, think of your kids, think of their future. They're going to look back and this is what their holidays are. I would never. And I'm aware that Brittany made a post. I didn't fucking read it. I'm not going to read it. I don't want to see it. It doesn't matter. This is a lousy attempt. And I already spoke to my attorney. He knows what he's going to do. And we're pretty confident in it. It's sock they wanted that docket on Christmas Eve. It's sick, right? Explains everything about them. Explains everything Craig kept saying in the background about more lawsuits and BJ. No, it doesn't matter, though. It's not going to get her any further. And here's the funny part about it. First off, not only I can't say too much, but I will say this. It would go both ways. Do any of you think that Brittany could go a day without mentioning Granny? She couldn't even do so after going into the courts and seeking to silence me that way. You think that the Superior Court that's currently overseeing if this is a slap suit is going to get this thing that's referencing things from a year ago and say, yeah, let's gag them. Let's take away their free speech. That's what they're fighting for, but let's go ahead and do it. Palm Tree Lover, thank you. It's your girl, J-Dub. Thank you so much. It's just annoying, man. It's just annoying. I don't know if I should pity them or curse them out, but they have to be pathetic people. Ninja, thank you so much. Summer Girl, I appreciate you. You are the real person living your real life too, even with being drawn into total BS. Yeah, Lovey, they're crumbs. Here for you. Yes, I am quiet, but always listening. Thank you, Summer Girl. Lucky's mom, I know it. Thank you. So, do we want to see this ridiculous filing? Thank you, Plate and Puppy Lady. Oh, I missed it. I was doing so well trying to keep up and I missed it. I lost. I'm so sorry. It is so nice to have so many of these going through that I could miss any. So thank you for that. Winter Snowstorm, 17 months. Granny, you're a wonderful mom. Thank you. I'm so glad it didn't affect your wonderful Christmas. Hell no, Katie Joy. I turned my phone to fuck off. Your attorney is great. If you trust him, we trust him. He's fantastic. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Nonsense. You won't stand alone. Many of us stand right beside you because the truth remains. Thank you. Wispy, thank you so much. We stand with you. And Brianna, we all know the sequel is always at least 150% dumber than the original. Well, here's the thing, Brianna. They're reusing something they already filed that was already denied by the lower courts. So it's like, how far is it going to get you? You know what I mean? Like, you've already tried this one. You didn't even try to change it. Billy Badass calling out your full name in a malicious way with aggression. Right. And exactly, BTU. I mean, talking about doxing or intimidation or any of that. Okay. I mean, I'm sorry that she's Brittany Nicole, not Black Jackson, but hell, wasn't up to me. Hell, I was just, somebody told me earlier, before I get into everything, how Brittany was given a ring by Craig. Am I the only one that thought, wow, You're asking the audience to supply your kids Christmas, then bragging that your unemployed boyfriend, their father, purchased you a $500 ring, right? KNS, thank you for the 10 gifted. She tried it though. She sure tried it, Regina. Thank you. So he buys you a $500 ring. The first ring you get after 15 years is one that tracks your fitness and your sleep. And we all know the only fitness you're doing is fitting that gummy bear in your mouth before you fucking fall asleep again. How embarrassing is that? Thank you, Chico. Listen, you just hooked me up with someone in a book. Right? One red rose, I hear for you, Gray. I'm so sorry to keep doing this to you and your family. Thank you. They're gonna have to be sorry in the end. Thank you, Bama G. Well, I do want to say, let's get into it. All right, hold on. Kimberly, thank you so much. Miss Mad Dog, thank you. Let me catch up with all of you because am I the only one? No, his mother brought her the ring. That's even worse. That's even worse. Your mother-in-law is telling you to lose weight, bitch, and get a sleep routine. That's sad. Damn, it wasn't even from him. Yeah, I'm sure. Who believes that? Who believes that? Come on. Must be right up there with the Switch 2 doesn't play the old games. He didn't buy it, Granny. Craig's mom did. Uh-huh. She said, yeah, why don't you get some fitness, some wellness in your life? That's sad. AK, thank you again. She's going to be getting notifications 24/7 because she definitely is not fit at all in any form or fashion. No, that's even worse to hear it was from. That's Mrs. Bish to you. Thank you so much for hitting a thumbs up. So, all right, I'm going to jump into it. What a joke. So what they're seeking is a mutual protective injunction, right? So basically, they want their side to have to shut up too. Hold on one second. So that was the other thing I was talking about, right? Kinda, I'm sorry, so sorry to hear about your loved one being in a hospital. Goody, thank you. Thank you so much. So they want a mutual one, okay? A mutual protective injunction prohibiting all parties and those acting in concert with them from doxing, harassing, or unlawfully disseminating courtroom recordings. Enter a narrowly tailored order directing preservation of relevant evidence, include enforcement language binding those in active concert or participation, and remand the case for the limited purpose of evidentiary hearing on safety concerns. I don't think they're going to get very far, and there's many reasons why. Hey, Kraken. They think they have no. Yeah, right. This whole case is about fighting for our freedom of speech, and yet you're going to try to stop our freedom of speech. So again, they're saying this appeal arises from an online harassment campaign surrounding a high-profile missing child case. Appellants, including a media company, a well-known television personality. So I want you all to, I'm going to show you all this as I read it, because to me, this again solidifies why this is a Slapp suit and has all the hallmarks of one. Right here. A media company, a well-known television personality, and several individuals involved in the search for a missing teenager. Now, they're saying they've been subjected to escalating doxing, threats, and unlawful broadcasting of court proceedings. The judge in a lower court already ruled on this and said there was no broadcasting of a live proceeding. And there simply wasn't. And nothing they say will change that. You can't just say you think. You can't put in a screenshot of somebody saying they can hear the courtroom in the background and say, oh, yeah, that was the courtroom. You have to have proof before you go and try to take away somebody's right to speech, and you just don't have it. And when have they ever searched? Right, they are the gang. I'm not showing all the pages. The trial court dismissed appellant's civil action under Pennsylvania's new anti-Slapp law and denied as mute appellant's emergency motion for a protective order. Appellants have appealed that dismissal, which I don't recall that being on their appeal. In the interim, the extrajudicial attacks have continued unabated, prompting this request for urgent relief to preserve the statu quo and protect all parties. So here they go on February 18th, so almost a year ago to date. They're saying during a court hearing, appellee's anti-Slapp motion, an egregious security breach occurred. Despite a Pennsylvania statute bearing recording in court and clear instructions from the judge, individuals aligned with appellees recorded and broadcasted the proceedings. There is no proof. There's no proof that this happened because it didn't. A transcript of an hours-long YouTube live stream. Okay. That doesn't prove that it was recorded. Somebody wrote, she's allowed to live stream question, and that's their evidence right here, that live streaming took place. This is their evidence. That a random commenter that they likely sent in said she's allowed to live stream. This is before court proceedings even began. That's not live streaming it. Then somebody wrote, yeah, they got to be careful about photos in court. So what? The judge was aware. So it goes on to say that this is their proof. Reveals that participant identified as Doje boasted about receiving real-time imagery from within the courthouse, allegedly sent by appellee Jessica or appellee Trude, and commented on Nick's appearance. Shortly thereafter, another streamer, Granny's Watching, described how court security intervened mid-hearing once these limited images began circulating. All attendees were required to surrender their phones. Now, here's what's crazy about that. Is I did not make that comment because I was actually a mod, and that didn't have a mod wrench, but go on. The only person in the photo that was on their phone was Nick. After the courtroom pictures leaked online, in other words, appellees or their agents covertly violated courtroom rules, and only fortuitous detection by court staff limited the damage. Actually, your weirdos that support you had the courtroom, in the words of Brittany J., swatted twice. That's what intercepted anything. I have a brand account, so many of mine won't go through, but I hope it does. It's not much. It's Sorenza, thank you. It does help a lot. I'm sorry, but if the judge checked your phones twice and saw you guys were not live streaming, I don't know, or they questioned the integrity of the judge and the sheriff. And again, this was a year ago. What major danger has happened to them? Nothing. I mean, this is nothing to give somebody a gag order over. Then they show a super chat to Queen from Barbecue for 400 that says dig deep. Wow. Prohibited on court recording, but concluded incorrectly. The judge concluded incorrectly that not one page, paragraph, or exhibit showed any named defendant had broadcast the hearing. That's true. There was no live broadcasting. You can't just make it up. Holy shit. They continuously surface and live stream evidence directly contradicts that conclusion, demands immediate intervention. Oh, okay. Since that hearing, the harassment threats have only escalated. Appellee Barbecue and Associates continue to publish appellant's private information, in parentheses, doxing them, and to incite their internet followers. For instance, on March 13th, 2025, almost a year ago, Appellee Barbecue responded to public criticism by denying I didn't dox anyone. Can we put a 1 in the chat if anybody remembers Nick doxing me and my family? We're going to talk about doxing, right? Miss Mad Dog, did I miss your super chat? If so, I'm so sorry. Welcome back. Thank you for becoming a member again. Even as she reposted and discussed sensitive personal details about appellants. And the days that followed, Barbecue and her allies engaged in a spree of social media posts and live chats, gloating over the case's dismissal and ridiculing appellant's safety concerns. And one March 15th live stream on White Boy Radio YouTube channel, attended by Barbecue, Participants openly celebrated the court's ruling and discussed appellants in derisive and menacing tones. One user taunted, quote, let them keep digging that hole. Eventually, they will bury themselves. I guess that's a threat now. Another suggested that appellants' attempts to seek relief would backfire amid a chorus of mocking commentary. So you're not allowed to make fun of these freaks? Same, Pen. I remember the same. Such rhetoric and context serves to embolden appellee's audience to continue a campaign of vigilant intimidation against appellants. And then here we go again, right? Whatever idiot wrote this comment, they're taking at fact. Jay, I can hear court. Please mute it so Granny doesn't get in trouble. Did anybody fucking see Granny on the live stream there? There is no doubt in my mind this is one of their people that made that comment. Because who else watching that live stream literally thought that you could hear a court proceeding taking place? You don't hear any attorneys. You don't hear any names. You hear no fucking dialect at all. That implies there's a court hearing being played. But that stupid comment, right? More disturbingly, there's evidence of real-world threats and potential violence stemming from appellee's conduct. In March of 2025, again, a year ago, appellants reported to police an incident in which an unknown individual, apparently egged on by online Fivigil, whatever, approached an appellant's home. The March 2025 police incident report documents that shortly after, appellees publicized certain appellants' information. A trespasser arrived at one of appellant's residence, prompted a police response. Although thankfully no one was injured, the message was unmistakable. Stop pursuing the case or else. Appellants have since been living in fear, checking security cameras, fielding anonymous threats, and facing the unnerving. What? Did anybody see Hung or any of the plaintiffs stop from poking at all of us to say that they've been afraid? And then to top it off, they put up this photo. The fuck does this have to do with me? My ex said you would have to have a key, and he said that's not something you do in broad daylight and trying to hide from others. How are you going to hold me accountable for whatever the fuck white boy did? The fuck out of here. Possibility that internet harassment could escalate to physical harm. Finally, appellees have monetized. Yeah, you know how many people Nick has pissed off, by the way? Appellees have monetized this controversy in a manner that insensitizes further harassment. Appellee Barbecue, for example, operates an online merchandise store selling apparel and blazoned with slogans coined during her harassment campaign. Items for sale include shirts with derogatory catchphrases used by Barbecue's followers to mock appellants by turning online bullying into revenue stream. What does that have to do with me? And then we have a post. I can't wait to see your fat fucking ass in court, motherfucker. And don't be acting like you don't understand English, you little bitch. You know exactly what the fuck you're saying and doing, and you will be exposed for all of this shit. I will have the last laugh. Still have nothing to do with me. Why would my speech be stifled? Stupid. No proof of the merch, though, of course. Appellees are effectively profiting from the targeted harassment. You mean when you targeted me because I'm a PA resident and threw me into a lawsuit that alleged I operated a criminal enterprise? Really? Well, he can respond with something like that, fly on your wall, and he will. Appellees are effectively profiting. It underscores that appellee's speech is far from disinterested commentary on a public matter. No, now our commentary is on the public matter of a public lawsuit, you idiots. They can't comprehend that? Our speech is no longer on Sebastian Rogers because of what you did, but it's certainly on the public lawsuit that you blasted all over social media. It's a public concern. You used a missing child to sue us. And now I'm talking on my own litigation. Rather, it is content calculated to generate attention donations at appellant's expense, blurring the line between purported true crime journalism and outright cyber stalking for profit. Hey, I'll tell you what, if you got proof I'm cyber stalking, go contact the DA or local police. Fuck you. The factual record demonstrates a pattern of ongoing, irreparable harm to appellants. Their private information is being broadcast and they are being threatened. And then they add in another tweet from Barbecue. And ridiculed before a worldwide audience. Can we all put some laughing emojis in the chat? We laugh at you. So fucking what? And even the sanctity of the courtroom has been violated to fuel this campaign. I feel like my privacy was violated when you filed this document and put it out on the internet a month before even serving me. How about that? So what? We laugh at you. What a joke. If one of the mods had the give send go link, can you post it so I can pin it, please? They know what the fuck they're doing. They're posting shit from February and March and April, right? Yet they're asking for an order now. Now, for all these weeks, all these months, nothing has happened, and now they file this on Christmas Day, as we're in the middle of writing briefs. They now file this. Stupid. The relief requested is carefully tailored, a mutual injunction binding both sides to refrain from doxing, harassment, or illegal recording, thereby protecting all parties equally. That's what they wrote. A mutual injunction binding both sides to refrain from doxing, harassment, or illegal recording. No. As explained below, appellants readily meet the criteria for such relief. Appellants satisfy the process gas standard for an injunction pending appeal. Pennsylvania law imposes a 4-factor test for obtaining a stay or injunction pending appeal. As first articulated, blah, blah, blah. They have to, 1, ask to warrant relief. The applicant must show a likelihood of success on the merits, irreparable injury if relief is denied, the absence of substantial harm to other interested parties, and that the public interest will not be adversely affected. Indeed, may be advanced by granting the injunction. Can you put a 1 in the chat that if they got the right to take away my ability to speak on updating all of you as to what is happening with this lawsuit that they put on the back of a nationally reached attention of a missing child, that it would impact you? I mean, you thought you got to use this missing child and file this frivolous litigation and then say, hey, don't talk about it. Thank you so much, Pika. How fucking crazy is that? But it was all good to be spoken about before I was even served when they dropped it off at their buddy steps, right? A, likelihood of success on the merits. Appellants have a strong likelihood of success on the merits of their appeal, or at minimum, have presented a substantial case raising serious legal questions, which is sufficient when the other factors weigh heavily in favor of relief. They really believe they have a likelihood of success on the merits of their appeal? The orders on appeal, which dismiss appellant's complaint pursuant to Pennsylvania's anti-Slapp, are gravely flawed and subject to reversal for multiple reasons. First, appellants will show that the trial court erroneously applied the new anti-Slapp law's special motion to dismiss procedure, even though that procedure was not yet effective. Explicitly provides that Pennsylvania Supreme Court must promulgate, implement procedures before the special motion mechanism takes effect. So you mean to tell me the judge didn't look and make sure? The trial court's premature adjudication violate the Act's plain terms, implicating separation of power concerns. Second, even if the anti-Slapp framework were deemed applicable, appellants are likely to prevail because the trial court misinterpreted the scope of protected public expression under that statute. The court wrongly concluded that appellee's conduct, including doxing, targeted harassment, and monetized true crime webcasts, was protected activity about a matter of public concern. In doing so, the court ignored crucial statutory exclusions and constitutional limits. Like, never mind the fact that they didn't put any proof, right? Like, you didn't even put anything to back up your claims. This is fucking unbelievable. Public lawsuit. The Green team announced it. Thank you, Regina. Exactly. Boston, pay attention. This is so unbelievably stupid. Appellee's YouTube broadcast and associated fundraising merchandising fall squarely within this commercial exception as they solicit donations and sell products while purporting to discuss the case. Have I ever sold any of you a product? Do I sell merch? Interesting. I never knew I did that. Likewise, speech that amounts to truth threats or fighting words or criminal harassment enjoys no constitutional protection. The trial court disregarded appellee's numerous threats and personal attacks, effectively granting them First Amendment immunity where none is warranted. Oh my God, you had no proof of threats. Yeah, right. I don't sell fucking merch. There's been no proof of any threats. On appeal, appellants will demonstrate that much of appellee's conduct was unprotected and thus not immunized by either the anti-Slapp statute or the Constitution. Do you know what's funny about this? Remind you all where this started out, right? What's the first thing they wrote? This appeal arises from an online harassment campaign surrounding a high-profile missing child case. It involves a media company and a well-known television personality. But writing a little bit later that this isn't a public concern. I don't know. I'm being sued by Dog the Bounty Hunter and a fake media company, in my opinion. Do you think I have the right to discuss that? You can't have it both ways. You can't say it's not a public concern and then say it is. I think most of this pertains to barbecue, to be honest. The trial court violated procedural due process in its rush to dismiss and refused to allow targeted discovery. Lesniak asked for discovery to ask us what we meant on his hundreds of hours of podcasting that he had in an envelope, for fuck's sake. That's not tailored discovery. Discovery to authenticate video evidence, obtain YouTube monetization data. You would have never gotten my monetization data, ever. You would have never been granted that. And Lesniak did not ask for that during the court proceeding. All he asked to do was to speak with us about our public live streams, what the judge acknowledged and said you have them in your hands. And explore appellee's knowledge of their statement's falsity. How fucking ridiculous. The anti-Slapp statute permits limited discovery for precisely such purposes. You also had months since you filed this until the Slapp hearing to either start your discovery process or not. You decided not to. That's the judge's fault. My attorney started discovery on Brittany. Why couldn't Lesniak start discovery prior to the anti-Slapp hearing? Appellant's appeal raises weighty questions. Is weighty a word? I mean, I'm not the smartest, but weighty questions. I don't think weighty's an actual word, Lesniak. I don't know. Any of you think that's an actual word? Weighty? Like heavy questions, weighty questions? Why didn't you just put heavy? It is a word? I've never heard of that. Google doesn't even come up with it. Appellants have more than a reasonable chance of success. At a bare minimum, they have shown substantial legal questions going to the merits, including novel issues about the anti-Slapp statutes, implementation, and the limits of free speech in the face of harassment. The only people that were harassed, Carvey Burby, welcome back. Thank you. I feel very harassed by their litigation. Oh, important. Oh, okay. I thought it was weighty, like, hung. Which justifies injunctive relief when irreparable harm is also present. Irreparable harm. Like, more people are going to find out that you guys aren't private investigators. You're a media group at best. Indeed, the Pennsylvania Supreme Court has emphasized that an appellate court may grant a stay if the applicant has made a substantial case on the merits, especially when other factors, irreparable harm, balance of harms, public interest, strongly favor relief. That is precisely the situation here. So they really think they did an A+ with their appeal. Yeah, isn't that interesting? I was wondering. I said that the other day to my mods. I said, Brittany's up to something because she's deleting live streams again. That was about when Molly went to the RO hearing. That wasn't even about me. Of course she knew this was coming. Right. Nick came in here threatening me from the beginning. Appellants are already suffering and will continue to suffer irreparable harm absent injunctive relief. The injuries at issue, invasion of privacy, emotional distress, intimidation, and impairment of the right to a fair legal process, are the consequential harms that cannot be undone by money damages or later court orders. It's funny. I wanted to get a restraining order on all of them a while back. And yet here we are, right? Here we are. I really think they would have to go ahead and file collectively, individually, in their local courtrooms. Once private information is publicized and disseminated across the internet, it cannot be clawed back. Once threats have been made and fear is instilled, the damage to personal security and peace of mind cannot be adequately remedied. And once courtroom proceedings are unlawfully broadcast, the integrity of the judicial process cannot be fully restored. Imagine being these guys who have made an absolute mockery at the integrity of the process of the courtrooms and then have the nerve to talk about integrity of the judicial process. You have disrespected every judicial process there is. That is a fucking joke. The evidence submitted hereby applied demonstrates ongoing irreparable injuries. Doxing and privacy violations. Appellees have exposed appellants' personal identifying information, home addresses. Home addresses, guys. Can you guys tell me where you ever saw any of their home addresses listed? I'll wait a minute. I'll stare at the chat for a minute while you tell me. Where have any of you seen any of their addresses? Hey, love. It's good to see you. What is Boston celebrating like this is a win? Their filings, their own filings, right? Okay. On the docket, on the documents they filed, right? Okay. Just making sure you guys saw it where I saw it. For example, Appellee Barbecue social media post in March of 2025 referred to private email communications and personal details about Julie Valenti, and her followers circulated Appellant Valenti's email and location in revenge for Valenti's complaints. The unauthorized publication of such information gravely intrudes upon appellant's constitutional right to privacy. So when you all put my address in a docket and passed it around social media, I don't have that same right. There's not even proof that this took place. Every day that appellees or those acting in concert with them are free to dox appellants is another day appellants face unwanted intrusion and potential danger at their doorstep. That happened in March, and there has been no danger yet. The harm is ongoing and irreparable. No later court victory can unpublish their private data or fully mitigate the safety risk created. Harassment, threats, and emotional distress. The campaign of online harassment orchestrated by appellees has caused severe emotional and psychological harm to appellants. They have been subjected to public ridicule, name calling, and even death wishes by appellee supporters. We live in the fucking United States. If you want to wish somebody death, you have a fucking right to do so. If you want to name call somebody, you have a right to do so. The fuck you mean? Almost 2 years. Stay Philly, Gale strong. Love you. Thank you, Jennifer. I mean, am I wrong? Right. Where's the damn proof of any of it? Right. Stitch and talk about invasion of privacy. Are you fucking kidding me? Didn't Brittany just get great joy on Christmas Eve instead of spending it as a great Christian mother with her children, passing around my private conversations? Invasion of privacy? You don't say. Appellants now live in constant fear that online threats might escalate, fear for their family safety, and fear that engaging in this litigation will only provoke further attacks. Really? I'm not responsible if they're fearful that they signed into a frivolous litigation and got laughed at by the fucking internet and the courts. Are you kidding me? Oh, the March 2025 police report confirms that these fears are not speculative. A credible threat materialized in a trespasser incident directly linked to the hostile online rhetoric. No proof of this police report, no proof that it ties into anybody on YouTube, no proof that it ties into me. This is a joke. Directly linked to the hostile. Okay. Courts routinely hold that threat or actual loss of safety, goodwill, or reputation constitutes irreparable harm. You accuse me of fucking RICO in my neighborhood. You want to talk about harm to reputation? Right. That the man waved the gun and then told me I was going to lose my channel and then lose my life. Are you fucking kidding me? And guess what? I wouldn't be able to file against all 10 plaintiffs for that. I'd have to go seek him out individually. It's a joke. Thank you, Stitchin. Of course she didn't. And I bet you they were thankful for it. No amount of damages can truly compensate for living under threats or having one's reputation destroyed in the public sphere. Nick, Hong, if Julia's reputation was destroyed in the public sphere, it's because of the frivolous litigation she joined into using the disappearance of a teenager, and then she lied under oath on. That's why her reputation was harmed, rightfully so. But guess what? Her reputation was harmed prior to that when she lied that the military was going to go give search warrants for her to get into the Proudfoot home. Okay? That woman's reputation was harmed well before this litigation. What a joke this all is. Here they go again. Now we gave out court proceedings. We live broadcasted it to live viewers. La-di-da. Again, never fucking happened. Each day without relief deepens appellant's injury. Blah, blah, blah. This is all bullshit. They're again crying that we're doxing and harassing them. No proof of that. It just keeps going. Moreover, making the injunction mutual ensures that appellees receive the same protections as appellants. So this is how they're really trying to get it, right? This is how they're really trying to get it done. By them saying that it's going to be a mutual agreement. Okay? I don't mutually agree to this. If appellants or anyone aligned with them were to harass or dox appellees, they too would be in violation of the order. Now, this is where you lost it completely. You cannot, this part, if appellants or anyone aligned with them, you cannot hold me accountable for what other grown adults do. No way. Of course it will. That's their whole point of it, Tracy. Thus, the injunction's effect is to create a two-way safety zone. Neither side may attack the other. This mutuality actually benefits appellees. Indeed, Appellee Barbecue herself has publicly complained that she was doxxed several times during this conflict. If true, she should welcome an order that prohibits doxing by all parties. The dox is already out there, you idiots. The injunction will provide appellees recourse if anyone connected with appellants were to engage in a similar misconduct. No, this is stupid. I'm not dumb enough to believe that I can hold Brittany accountable for what War Eagle does. I'm not stupid enough to believe that. Right, that's exactly what they're trying here, Demon Chihuahua. This is stupid. It merely requires all sides to retain existing materials such as video files, chat logs, and social media posts that bear on the issues and not to destroy or tamper with them. You mean how Brittany just deleted a bunch of shit? Put a 1 in the chat if you realize that Brittany deleted a bunch of shit again. And then you're going to put out that we all have to retain everything? It's stupid. Georgia, that's such a stupid comment to make. Right. Look at all the ones. Then you're going to tell us to hold on to our shit? There is no legitimate hardship to appellees in instructing themselves not to delete videos or posts related to this matter. Conversely, failing to secure that evidence could harm both sides down the road. She's been deleting videos since they filed the appeal originally. Exactly. Get out of here. The balance of equities tips sharply in favor of appellants. Appellants face grave, irreparable harm without an injunction, whereas appellees suffer no legally cognizable harm by being enjoined from malicious or illegal conduct. You idiots don't know the difference between hurting your feelings and breaking the law. That's the problem. Thank you, DTOS. Only in this litigation. The injunction will merely maintain the statu quo anti-basic civility and lawfulness, preserving the parties' positions until the appeal is resolved. Sorry, hold on. Then they go first. Public trust in the judicial system is strengthened when courts take proactive steps. Look at this. When courts take proactive steps to enforce decorum and protect participants from intimidation. As if any of us are satisfied in the way any of this is going. Like the courts have really stepped up to protect the court's decorum when you're allowing this type of bullshit filing to go through continuously instead of rolling on it because you want. I mean, this is so stupid. Okay. Sorry about that. They're trying to take down my internet. Sorry about that. I'm back. I'm back. Oh man, that was annoying. Um, Thank you, Mystical. So forget what I was saying, but oh, the decorum, right? Decorum in the courtroom. Then they're saying the public interest in privacy and safety is significant. In an era of rampant online harassment, the public benefits from court orders that draw the line at unacceptable behavior. By enjoining doxing, this court reinforces that important value. It tells the public that even in heated disputes, nobody was doxed. There is no countervailing public interest in allowing the specific behavior at issue to continue. To be sure, the public generally has an interest in robust debate on matters of public concern, but as discussed in section 4 below, restraint and doxing, true threats, and illegal recordings does not curtail any legitimate debate. You know what I think's going on here? I think they know without a doubt that their whole filing was a joke. And I think they are now trying any which way to get what they initially wanted. They initially wanted to take away our right to free speech, and that's what they're trying to do now. That's all this is. This was another way for them to try to get exhibits, in my opinion, into the courtroom. I don't know. What's your name to know why you're blocked? Why is paid members blocked? Card, please. Electro wouldn't be blocked. Let me check right now. If you're Electro, why would you write it like that and just say, instead of saying, hey, am I blocked? Why come in and say it? Like, why are paid members blocked instead of just saying, hey, do you have me blocked? And I would say, hey, let me check. You shouldn't be. Electro. Yeah, I think this is just a way for them to try to get exhibits into the courtroom, but I still don't see it. Yeah, you were blocked, Electro. I don't know what happened. I still don't see it happening. Electro was blocked because they kept making threatening and very time. Oh, you can't do that, Electro. This whole filing is based around people making those type of comments. Can you please refrain from doing so? Because obviously they're going to use it against us. They don't have a police report in this filing. They don't have proof of any of me or barbecue actually doxing or threatening anybody. There's no proof of any of that. This is so stupid. Thank you, DJ. That was on Good My Homegirl. Does your and barbecue's lawyers get to reply to this? Yeah, they have to reply to it. They want I think they tried to make it that we have to reply within 3 days. This is also the same exact thing that happened before. Um that was denied by the judge. So I don't know. You're back, Electro. Right. There's no proof of their claims here. Choo choo, let's start a kick ass train. Thank you, Lori. This is also stupid. And their emergency protection order was denied. Right. And they're taking that same thing and they're copying and pasting it onto this new one. I can't believe it. So, Miss Lyrebird, to get back to you before I send it to your email, I sent this before just for you got kicked off. You're doing great, GW. Got your back. I'm sorry that happened and I missed it. They're day in and day out shouting vile and hateful crap, and that's okay. I agree, Harley. Julie, thank you so much for the 10 gifted. If they had any proof or evidence, they would have taken the phones that day. Here's the other thing. If they actually have any proof of any of this, like if Julie had somebody show up at her house because of either because of barbecue's post like she's claiming, then Julie should have went to her local courthouse and filed against barbecue. I mean, this is like a shortcut to try to get evidence into the courts, and also to get what they initially wanted was for us to not speak on them. But I would still speak on them because I'm not doxing, I'm not threatening, I'm not harassing. I'm telling my truth about the litigation you threw me in. I'm sorry if you don't fucking like it. I don't like it either. Exactly, Tracy. And they do it on Christmas, okay? On Christmas. And then say we have 3 days to respond, which shortens the time because the courts are closed, and in the middle of us already writing an appeal. You don't have to become a member, DJ. I see you without or with. I mean, this is just a weak attempt again. This is stupid. Right, they don't even respond on time. Right, Julie Valenti. There's no proof. They didn't even put proof of barbecue's alleged fucking post in there. They put no proof. It doxed her personal information and blah blah. There's no proof of it. Julie Valenti. Nobody even talks about her. When was the last time anybody even heard her name? Right, there's all these allegations without proof. The same thing they did the first time. The only difference is this time they're trying to say, oh, but if both parties get it, and again, they're saying that we're violating the law. If I'm violating the law, then go to my local police and have charges pressed against me. Here they go again. Appellants have made a strong, or at least substantial, showing on the merits. They face irreparable harm. Granting the injunction will not substantially burden appellees. Yes, it will. And the public interest will be served. No, it won't. Everybody is now invested because you came into this. You came into this sector claiming that you're private investigators that were going to bring Sebastian Rogers home. It turned out you did nothing but flip this entire sector upside down, put in a baseless and frivolous litigation, making accusations that don't even make sense. And now that people recognize you're a bunch of fraudsters, you want us all to shut up? And then to say if others don't shut up, like say I got quiet, but nonsense was speaking, I'm held accountable for nonsense? What kind of fantasy land do you live in? I know, nonsense. Aren't you tired of it? Then it says, appellants are acutely aware that any injunction restricting speech must comport with the First Amendment. The injunction sought here passes that test. It is a content-neutral restriction aimed at the manner of speech and conduct, not at any particular message or viewpoint. No, it's too broad. That's the problem. Moreover, it is narrowly tailored to serve significant government interests, namely protecting individuals from targeted harassment and preserving the integrity of judicial proceedings. And it burdens no more speech than necessary to achieve those ends. What? This is filed with the appellate court. What do you mean this doesn't? Yes, it does. It is another way to try to stop us. Then they compare it to where the appellate court held up one about abortions, about an abortion clinic. And explaining that because the injunction was content neutral and applied to all protesters regardless of viewpoint, the appropriate inquiry was whether it burdened no more speech than necessary to serve a significant governmental interest. The court found that certain provisions of the injunction, noise restrictions, and a 36-foot buffer were acceptable because they were carefully calibrated to the government's interest in ensuring health and order. You're comparing this to that? Really? You better watch out. I heard Santa's pretty connected. Would you even compare this to that? Like, you don't see the difference in protesters having a noise restriction at a certain time and a 36-foot barrier? You don't fucking see the difference? You're really comparing the two? Is there even any comparison? without outlawing the expression of anti-abortion message per se. I can't believe they're so they're giving me permission to continue talking about all of this so long as I don't reveal private personal data, threaten, harass, or incite unlawful action, or violate courtrooms by using illicit recordings. Holy shit, they're fuck. This is a joke. Oh, we can criticize or disagree with the pilot's handling of the search. They're not even fucking searching. When's the last time these morons even searched for this missing child? It would stop us all from being able to talk. Thank you, Kraken. They doxed everyone, including themselves, the day they filed this piece of paper. All right. And then they handed it out to the internet, her royal sass. Right. Yeah, this is new. They just filed this on Christmas. What search? What fucking search? We can criticize or disagree with the palace handling of the search. Can somebody tell me when the last thing Brittany Jackson searched for was the gummy bear that fell out of her mouth when she fucking fell asleep at the computer? When the fuck has she ever searched for Sebastian Rogers? Right, this is lawfare. There's not even proof that I doxed anybody, let alone threatened them. This is so stupid. No publishing of home addresses, phone numbers, or other sensitive data of the opposing parties, which have no legitimate public relevance to the issues under debate. So, like Brittany giving out my private messages like that? Really? Like that? Yeah, the court can just throw it out. Will they? I doubt it. We have to respond regardless. Can anybody tell me when I ever did that? No calls for violence, no direct personal insults or profanity aimed to harass. You're going to tell me now I can't fucking curse? Are you fucking kidding me? You're going to tell me I can't call someone a fat motherfucking heifer? Are you kidding me? I mean, how are you going to say this isn't walking on space free speech? Look at this. No direct personal insults or profanity. What? If I want to call her a fat, obese bitch, that is the luxury I have in Pennsylvania and the United States. Again, it can hurt your feelings, just like it would hurt my feelings. If my man finally got me a ring, but it came from his mother and it had to do with the fact that I was fat, yeah, that would hurt my feelings. That doesn't mean she's not allowed to gift it. Right. And guess what, Dreama? I don't use my government name anywhere on my channel. You know who uses their government name scrolling across their panel? Brittany, not Black, Jackson. Tell me I can't use profanity. Shut up. No true fights or threatened words. They're saying that it is significant, compelling, protecting citizens from targeted harassment. All of this is just made up. I'm just shocked by all of this. This is such a joke. This is like them trying any which way to get a win. They can still discuss the case. They can continue hosting YouTube shows. Well, thank you very much, Joseph fucking Lasniak. The fuck? This is a major fucking joke. And again, comparing this to an abortion clinic and protesting. Did anybody protest outside of any of their buildings? No, and nobody fucking would. Oh my God. I like this comparison. Look at this one. I think this one helps us more than it helps them. The Supreme Court dealt with a situation where a radio host aired a tape of a private phone conversation that had been illegally intercepted by an unknown eavesdropper. The court held that the media defendants could not be held liable for publishing the tape because they had played no role in the illegal interception and the content was of public concern. The decision was a narrow one, emphasizing the speaker's clean hands. What? What is this? Your way of protecting Jay? What is this? I mean, I don't think anybody should be fucking in trouble for this. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. This is them trying to now protect Jay from anything. Because it says it right here. Unlike a passive recipient of a leaked tape, appellee Sang Intrude was apparently the very source of the illicit images. Though Jay stated he was receiving real-time courthouse imagery sent by defendant Sang or defendant Trude. That means an appellee was actively using a recording device or camera in the courtroom and sharing the output and direct contribution with whatever. Grady's watching and recounting how security called on, implying personal knowledge of the incident. I was in the courtroom, you fucking idiots. Of course I fucking knew. How wouldn't I know what was going on? I'm in the courtroom. This is so dumb. This is what Joseph Lasniak can do, but he can't get anything in on time. Really? Right. They call Jay a him. Yeah, but meanwhile, Han can put out tweets that I pay off my lawyer in blowjobs, right? Brittany can highlight comments saying that my lawyer is my sister's partner, right? Get the fuck out of here. This is so stupid. Well, if anybody had any questions, and I said from the gate, she's not, that Jay's working with that night, let the fact that they think Jay's a man tell you enough that she is not working with that night. Okay? Because she's not. No, she's not, Huffy. No, she's not. She's really not. No, she's not. Nope. There's no doubt in my mind that Jay is not working with them, nor was she ever, nor was she now. No. Hell, they thought she was a man. I mean, come on. They're just idiots. Preventive values from various stuff. Nobody wants to disseminate. What are you afraid that once again the people are going to see how stupid you look when you're in a courtroom? Yeah, I'm rather sure of that, Mercedes. I mean, I'm not positive, but I'm rather sure of it. I don't think she would. I'm sorry. You guys can think it. I don't. Right. Where's the proof of it? Where's the proof of this recording? Look at this. That comment, let them keep digging. Eventually they will bury themselves. That was in White Boy's comment section. Amid discussion of appellant's legal battle, this reads less like a metaphor and more like a menacing promise that appellants will be destroyed if they persist. Likewise, multiple posts and live stream comments have included field calls to action, urging the audience to teach them a lesson or celebrating that appellants will get what's coming. Again, back to March 29th of 2024. This is so stupid. I'm so angry that these guys continue to be able to do this type of stuff. Most of it is pertaining to barbecue. Very little of it pertains to me. Most of it is fabricated. I mean, what the fuck is this? Everybody knows what that means. Burying yourself is a very common use. This is stupid. Term of endearment where she comes from. That's what Craig convinced her after all these years. I mean, bless her heart, but come on. No, you're right, Stitchin. I believe certainly attempt to make Granny and the rest of us question. I don't think it's because of that, because they do put Queen's panel in here as well. I think they're just grasping onto whatever they have, and whatever idiot commenter went in and made the comment that they could hear the courtroom is what they took a screenshot of. Nobody else commented that they could hear the court proceeding. One random commenter, as Nick's on his phone, don't forget that's what the photo shows, okay? Nick's the one on his phone. They're picking these stupid cases to compare it to that have real no comparison. Again, the lower court already took this. Now, what can happen is they can either grant this or remand the matter to the lower court. And by an analogy here, a limited remand could be ordered to let the trial court hold a prompt hearing on the safety issues. The trial judge can take testimony. Please do. As to the source and credibility of the threats, I've never spoken one-on-one with White Boy. I would have no idea why anything White Boy says or does could be used against me. That's asinine. No, my point of saying that, Stitchin, is not to say like, oh, this is part. That's not what I mean by that at all. What I mean by that is if, and I know what they wrote is not true, but say it's true. Say Barbecue did make that post about Julie Valenti. Julie Valenti should have then taken that to Julie's local courthouse and sought out a protective order against Barbecue. Why the fuck would I also be held accountable for what other adults are doing? It's not the way the world works. And I'll tell you what, this motivated me for the many threats that Craig has given me to actually see it through. They're actual threats of violence. Put a 1 in the chat if you think saying while holding a gun that somebody's going to lose their channel and then lose their life is an actual credible threat. Fucking piece of shit. You're always looking for a quick way out. This procedure serves several purposes. It creates an evidentiary foundation for the injunction, fortifying its resilience on appeal and its enforceability by contempt if violated. I really think that this is just a way for them to get exhibits into the courtroom because they had none. It involves the trial court, which is more familiar with the parties and case history and the ongoing management of the case extraordinary circumstances. I can't. Appellants submit that the unique facts of this case, including that the allegations that appellees themselves violate a criminal statute during a court proceeding. Oh my God. We note that the appellees have consistently denied wrongdoing in their public statements. I didn't dox anyone. A hearing would allow those denials to be tested under oath, like all of your oaths. Like Brittany Jackson claiming she's so scared of me she can't fucking sleep. Yes, she pokes at me every fucking day. That's exactly what this is, Kathy. This is so exhausting. I would not fear your inquiry. I would not. It says right here that if appellees truly intend to abide by the law, they should not fear this inquiry. Indeed, it can only exonerate them if their positions are truthful. Nothing any of these people have said is truthful, and they have the nerve to question my integrity? Fuck off. The first thing I would play is Nick saying, Granny, give us a call. We'll help you out. we want to see you get thrown under the bus. I know I'm suing you, but give Joseph Lasniak a call. Are you fucking kidding? This is so stupid. Now they're saying they want us put under criminal investigation. This court's intervention is urgently needed to prevent irreparable harm from shit that happened in March of last year. Can anybody believe this? Like on fucking Christmas, you fucking losers. If you don't like what the fuck I'm saying, stop listening to my live streams. You're going to tell me that I can't curse or call somebody a fucking heifer? This is so dumb. Why haven't they filed police reports? Why haven't my local investigators come and spoken to me? Why haven't they gone to the DA? Anybody with a lick of sense knows exactly what they're doing. This is nothing more but a way to try to fucking silence us further, to try to bypass the fact that they already lost their first litigation. That's all this is. It is embarrassing. BJ still doesn't believe, small town, that we won the anti-Slapp. That's why Brittany's saying that, because she must have spoken to Nick recently, who told her, oh, well, Superior Court never implemented this, so the anti-Slapp doesn't work. I mean, that's all this is. Right. And it's all documented. Hong saying that I'm paying my attorney in sexual acts instead of money. All the name calling Hong has done over there, all the fucking threats that have been done. What the fuck you mean? Let me see something. Yeah, this is stupid. Hung is file. Even Brittany's file. She can carry on the facade around Craig. Yeah, this is a Hail Mary attempt. It's just stupid. They should be investigated. The fact that they filed on Christmas, yeah, tells you all you need to know about them. Mama J, thank you so much. So, all right. This is so stupid. At night applauds the Harrison County Sheriff's Office for their swift response to online doxing today. The case has been presented to detectives and expedited due to the sensitive nature of victims involved in their official capacity. So War Eagle is using her position at the sheriff's office to cry that she's a victim of doxing, while War Eagle is one of the nastiest people out here. Can we put a 1 in the chat if you agree that War Eagle is a nasty woman that works under taxpayers' money and spends most of her time on the internet posting nasty shit? Thank you, Belinda. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Shadow. The hearing in the court in the background was a panel guest that had their TV on. Right. Stupid. Electro, thank you. This is 47 pages this time. Look at all the ones. Like, you don't think we could present everything War Eagle has said and done and easily show why, if somebody doxed her as a public servant, there's a reason? Hey, does anybody else remember Bullhorn Betty saying, if you're a public servant, you don't have a right to privacy? If you get paid by the public, by the taxpayers? Anybody remember plaintiff Bullhorn Betty, aka Andrea Griffith, saying that? Then you got Golden Doodle. Why would anyone interfere and try to distract from finding a missing child? So that's good to document that they're bullshit posting. Is exactly inciting hate. You're saying that we're interfering and you find a missing child. You have nothing to do with searching for Sebastian Rogers, and I have nothing to do with whether you're searching or not. Right, she's not even a party to this case. So then Barbecue reposted the person saying, why would anyone interfere? She says nobody has, and if they did, the police would be the ones to say, not some fake intelligence agency who literally had members with POI against them on behalf of a minor. Wake the F up. And then at night retweets that and says, at night we'll issue a statement addressing this fake and egregious claim in the coming hours. Fucking stupid. Yeah, I think trying to convince people that I'm the reason a missing child can't be found is pretty fucking dangerous. Through her own behavior, the crap she has ran on X shows a demented, deranged rat bag who had probably breached a code of conduct for her job. Exactly. Fake? What the F is fake? I don't know what you're referring to. Their intelligence group? They'd be charging someone with obstruction. Right. And that's up for the police to do, not these guys. They have no position to do that. Yeah, they have barely any, which is what they're trying to do again. Oh, right. They said that your statement's a fake statement. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They called barbecue's claim fake. I don't even believe they're intelligent, Bubbles, let alone an intelligence agency. It took them a year to figure out the green hoodie guy that FBI already identified was. I mean, it took them a year to figure out the sex of the person. Kind of fucking intelligence group can't figure out if somebody's a male or female. War Eagle told BJ that law enforcement was going to be called to her home, but idiot BJ didn't ask how she knew. Maybe she's a mandated reporter. Just more for the judge to consider when rolling. This won't work out for them the way they think. I hope sanctions and maybe indictment will follow. This is so crazy. They can't even put in like their filings on time. They didn't even put in their brief correctly. Okay? And yet here they are, put in 47 pages. I don't know, Loki's mom, was it? If it was, I never seen that. 47 pages of baloney, 3 exhibits, none that even prove anything that they're saying, none that prove that I doxed or threatened or did any of that shit. And yet, it doesn't matter because we still have to fucking respond anyway. Kind of looks it to me. Question is if it's you or not. Well, somebody send it to me. I'll see. Hello, Granny. I've been listening. My heart continues. Prayers go out to you and barbecue. No doubt this will be another loss for them. I thank you so much, and I sincerely hope it is. I just can't imagine how it couldn't be. How do you put yourself in all of this controversy, admittedly involved in a high-profile missing child case, and then have the nerve to say, like, well, we doxed you or we don't have a right to speak about it? Or you can't curse and call personal names, but Brittany can sit over there and say all the fucking. I mean, no, this is insane. Didn't Bullhorn Betty just say shit like a month ago that I'm a heroin addict that doesn't have custody of my kids? Remember, Brittany was very confident when they first filed this too, right? And again, how much did Brittany just delete and why? Yep, she sure did. Brittany just deleted a bunch of shit, and yet her attorney's trying to put out a preservation letter to all sides. Then why are you listening, trooper? Do you know how stupid you sound even writing that? Is that nice saying they have control of the other plaintiff's speech? Yeah, they are, essentially. I don't think At Night even knows what their plaintiffs have been up to. Factory recess on their computer, hide and shit, probably. People started taking this shit way too seriously. Well, I guess so, Cash. I mean, when people start filing litigation, it gets pretty fucking serious pretty fucking quick. How's BJ just being doxxed when she claims she did a long time ago? That's a great question, isn't it? Or how about the fact that their addresses are listed on a public docket involving a public legal matter that is attached to a high profile missing child's case? Is that reason enough? And then to top it off, they're the ones that gave out those documents. It was almost a month in between social media reading out that I'm being sued before I was actually served with the documents. I think she is confident again between the nods. Well, bless her heart. Like I said, she still doesn't think that we won the slap. I mean, come on. Can you be that stupid that you think you're in appellate court appealing the fact that we won on the slap and you're saying that we never won on the slap? That would be stupid. Oh, I remember it, Lee the Bee. I remember. I think BJ's little move about reading your private messages Christmas Eve is going to backfire on her. Right. Talk about invasion of privacy. I think it's going to backfire on the person I gave them, too. She forgot all the photos she shared with me. Silly rabbit. She can lie to her kids. She can lie to anyone. Well, if you can abandon kids, you can literally have loyalty to no one. I've always said that. All her shit is backed up. Well, it's a good thing she now has a ring to track her fitness and sleep. Her first C&D is fake too. What? Oh, the declaratory judgment? She's saying that's fake? Right. Nick doxed me. Now BJ in DMs admitting it and saying she loves it. Merry Christmas to her enemies last night. Too cheery. Now I know why. But guess what? Brittany can get on the computer and act like she's all happy and giddy and living her best life. But if she was, she wouldn't be live 4 times between Christmas Eve and Christmas Day with littles in her house and children that live outside of her home. You would think she would have been a little more busier. Yeah, she think getting a new computer is going to clear. The RO thing is all fake. This is the RO thing, though, Petty. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you're talking about. Right, locked and loaded. I mean, shocker, right? I did hear that. You're absolutely lying about the declaratory judgment. Can anybody not look it up on a docket? What do you mean? She also said I didn't win. I mean, whatever. She said it was BS and lacked merit. I don't think she knows the definition of merit. BJ, do you know what merit means, you dumbass? Honestly, do you even know what merit means? What about her PayPal going down and she gets a new one, then her Cash App goes down? Maybe hiding money exchanges between an enterprise of people? I don't know, possibly. This is just so stupid. Right. The stupidity is dangerous. It's stupid. She's stupid. Where you file against her C&D, I meant. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's on the docket. Look at it. She never responded, which means it was a default judgment. What is that? I'd be willing to bet she really has no idea what the word means. She doesn't. I can assure you she doesn't. She said it was basically thrown out because it doesn't have merit. My declaratory judgment or the anti-slap? Because I can assure you neither were thrown out. Nothing was thrown out. I'm not very surprised, though. The anti-slap. Okay. Oh, I love this for them. Oh, I love this for them. I put together just a few the other day. I only went through a few of them. But when you go through the few of them, you know what you find? You find that over 80,000 people had access to our addresses, my address, by a filing that they decided to file. Okay. Anybody can type that into Google and see what pops up with it, giving further eyes to it. What the fuck is this? Hold on. Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to see something. Yeah, this is just crazy. Yeah, Brittany, we're on the docket. You can look it up at any time. It's a declaratory judgment. It's there. The appeal's in appellate court because we won. I know they're telling you whatever, but don't forget what they told you before, okay? This is so annoying. Thank you, Amma. I definitely rather have very thick foreign accent and very good understanding of laws in the United States. Amma, thank you. And I'm so sorry Brittany treated you the way she did. Mama J, thank you so much. Right. I know. They have several channels that are doxing us. I know. I added up all the numbers the other day. It was a lot of them. The only way she'll ever acknowledge this is real when it affects her financially. And Yanka, people, and I know because we dealt with her for fucking years. We know exactly what it is. Even reality knows BJ lost because she told her she had to make payments for some court thing too in the past, trying to prepare her. She'll then say, well, I didn't know what I was getting into. And they told me it was going to be this. And they told me it was going to be that. Da da da. I just can't believe how stupid this thing is. Again, you got a random commenter in a chat box that says she's allowed to live stream, not proof of a live stream. And what you showed they're doing is they're trying to make it seem like that was a video being played in the courtroom. Not that it was a photo up on the screen. I don't know why they're showing that barbecue sent money to Queen. I don't know what that has to do with anything. I don't know what they're showing white boys doing. Jay, I can hear court. Please mute it so Granny doesn't get in trouble. Again, it's clear that Jay is showing photos on the screen and I'm not up there. I don't know. This is so dumb. I think that's why they keep saying everything is being documented. Who cares? Even documenting it has nothing. Nothing I'm doing would be enough to silence my speech. And that's just what they keep trying to do. Right. BJ has had 8 lives in 3 days trying to get that Christmas script in. That's why her kids don't even fuck. It's just so sad. She's an idiot. I know she's made that clear, hasn't she? Did Barbecue send that picture of the courtroom? Nope. They want those pictures up to make it look like I was up on Queen's panel with that photo. Right. No, I think what they're showing is the super chat and the fact that it says dig deep. This is because I care about what is being done to you, and also because I'm a little petty. Hell, now I'll accept the pettiness, girl. Thank you very much, and I won't even double check if you're dirty or clean. Yeah, hung on X is beyond vile. Right, exactly, Copa. I won the lottery when I swim with the sharks because I typed it. Does it make it true? I was not on Jay's live, no, and Barbecue was not on Queen's Live. No, we were inside a courtroom where the judge asked to see our phones and saw very well that we were not live streaming. The judge acknowledged that photos were taken before court started and she did not care. Wine and the internet was trying to ruin her kids' Christmas while knowing this injunction was being filed. Right. Good point. That's Brittany for you, though, isn't it? It's always only about Brittany's kids. Nobody else's kids matter. Nobody else's. Frankly, I won't give a damn what BJ thinks once it's ruled against her and she has to pay. You saw that too? Tattoos? You saw Nick live streaming in the courtroom? Holy shit. Somebody else said they saw that too. That's not a defense of court. I learned the hard way, right? If I remember correctly, they did it live debunking, proving that sounds that were heard in the background was Regina's husband watching TV, not court proceeding. Right. It had to be because nobody was live inside the courtroom. She was whining the internet. I already went there, and I don't give a fuck what she gets, but real, be real, bitch. War Eagle, I got a plethora of messages coming through of your threats, honey. Guess what, Granny? You don't live in the real world, or you would have already been taught the lesson you wouldn't forget. But it's coming, bitch, like a freight train hauling your funky, nasty ass. It's coming for you, Jess. Ah, War Eagle. Would you say that's a threat? That sounds more of a threat than if they keep going, they'll bury themselves, right? We all know what if they keep going, they'll bury themselves mean. But that one, that sounds like a real threat. Hung hangs out in his undies. Yeah, eating soggy cereal, asking Nick to push him the remote while Nick's over there pretending to be a lawyer on Chat GBT. Absolutely. I can see it all now. Yeah, that's definitely a threat. I feel that's a threat. Nonsense, you're here. You want to come up? That's why dumb fucks over there have been so cocky. But it's false confidence. You know what I mean? Like, who remembers the last time they filed the same exact thing? And they ran around telling everybody that it was approved. Because at that point, it got accepted onto the docket, which is very basic to do. That they turned around and were screaming that it got approved and that we were going to have a hearing for a restraining order. And guess what never happened? A hearing for a restraining order. Because they lied to everybody. Remember that? I mean, yes, he kept arguing, barbecue, arguing. It's approved, it's approved, it's approved. And each time he was wrong. They were so wrong, but they were so confident. That's what we're witnessing now. People that are so wrong, but are fucking confident. I don't think it's a good idea for War Eagle to be making threats like that when her channel is hanging by a thread, considering she's ban evading. Right, she was already removed. You can come up. We just can't make any threats, which we never do. Yeah. You know what is funny? Chronicle of the Shady is the only person I know that posted audio that she claims to be from the courtroom. Who is Chronicles associated with? Anybody know? How the fuck would Chronicles have courtroom proceedings? Hmm. Right. She's associated with Brittany and At Night and all of them. Is there anything your lawyer can do? As far as what? I mean, he has to respond to this, obviously, but he told me what he plans on doing, and I think it's very sufficient. Obviously, I trust his judgment. I mean, you don't get to submit this to the trial court, and when the trial court denies it, then try it again at the superior court. That's not the way that works. Well, she's the only one I know that has any type of audio she claims to be from the courthouse. It's clearly not, but she claims it. Probably. No, fly on your wall. Y'all just block each other and move on. What the fuck's going on? What's happening? Cash what? How hard is your patient understand? No, you're super antagonist. Nurse like greatest life right now. What the fuck? What's going on? Cash, what are you doing? Why is everyone so freaking Aussie? Well, to be honest, Cash, because it's the holidays and these fuckers pull this type of fuck shit on the holidays knowing what they're doing. I think people are pretty upset at the fact that these guys are such low balls that they could have done this all these months sitting, but they wait to Christmas fucking day or Eve to do it. Who does that? They're not in intimate danger. None of this just happened. Most of the shit they're quoting is from back in March and February, March of last year. They're doing it on purpose. And people are fucking tired of them. Shady is a female. The media will find out War Pigeon. Right. She's just the one that's going to hurt herself. Consciousness of guilt. It's a strategy to try to ruin the holidays, cost more money, interfere on the fact that we're in the middle of writing briefs. And now our attorney's got to stop writing their briefs to respond to this fucking bullshit. I want everybody to send Cash virtual hugs. Lonely people like hurt people, hurt others to feel better. Right. I think the judge will see what this is. I see you, Miss Robin. You can turn off your camera. No, Shady's claiming that she has audio, but she doesn't. She's sick of hearing about the Rico. Do you want your camera on, Miss Robin?
Purpose. And people are fucking tired.
All right, I shut the TV off. Can you hear me okay?
I can. How are you?
All right, I'm so sorry, honey. I came up to, first of all, to wish you a very Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah. And I'm so glad that you got to spend your time with your family because that is very important. I'm going to try to turn my headphones on because of my hearing. Can you hear me okay? I don't know if I'm picking up on my Bluetooth yet.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Second of all, I'm really upset over this bullcrap of what they're doing to you and barbecue, but what they're doing to you is absolutely ridiculous. I was in that live with Jay, and none of you were in the courtroom. We had you in there when before you went to the court to give you moral support.
Right.
But once the court was open and started with the judge, you were not on that live stream. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. So you definitely there's probably 30 people that were in there that would vouch that no one saw that courtroom. No one saw what was going on. Yes, we saw outside, like when you were outside and that, but nobody saw what the judge was doing or what was going on in that courtroom.
Right. They're
And
lying.
yes, they're all lying. And I think it was like, I don't know, Bullhorn Betty and Chronicles of the Shady, or somebody else was saying, "Oh, we heard what went on," and it was really somebody's husband was talking around the TV on the background. The noise, it had nothing to do with the courtroom, and we
Right.
were all waiting for you to get out of court, and talking amongst each other to support you.
Right.
That's all that happened.
Yeah, they're liars. And again, the sheriff made us show our phones and they went through it. If any of us were live streaming, it would have been caught then when their people, War Eagle and whatever other moron, sent the sheriffs in twice to intervene in the court proceeding.
Yeah, I
And
think that had to do.
the
Go
only
ahead.
person that was on their phone that day in the courtroom was Nick. It's in the photo. And suddenly there's an audit account. I mean, come the fuck on.
Yeah, I think a lot of that had to do with Bullhorn Betty and Chronicles of the Shady trying to get in there and get pictures and stuff or do whatever they were doing, wherever they were. They
Yeah.
were trying to watch what's going on.
I just think it's just they're just scrambling for just the file delay as much as possible. That's pretty much it.
Exactly.
That's pretty much they're doing the Betty tactic. It's just usually they don't want to go in front because they have no arguments. So that's pretty much it.
It's the same thing that they did last time. It's the same exact filing.
Yeah,
That was already denied by the lower courts.
yeah, pretty much.
Hey Jess, I'm working. I just wanted to pop up real quick and just wish you an extended Merry Christmas and Happy New Year as well.
Thank you.
And for reading everything and informing people of the bullshit. You know, I guess what I will say is it's amazing to me that they have opportunities to put exhibits in with whatever they feel like they're going to, and the selection of what they chose shows nothing. Like them saying, I have a merch store. I'm sorry, I have my dogs on t-shirts and mugs and a cookbook and whatever. So if a t-shirt that says fuck the haters is supposedly tied to them, I don't see how they could even tie that to them. It says nothing about them, and that has been there way before they even existed on the internet with me. But everything that they wrote in there is bullshit. Like saying I went online and shared Julia Valenti's whatever. I never did any of that, and it's fucking bullshit. It like pisses me off that they can just spew vomit words at the mouth onto a piece of paper and people are just supposed to take it as fact. That's not factual.
Yep. Well, that's like, the whole police report or, somebody trespasser, blah, blah, blah. There's no proof that any of that came from anybody. Maybe it's the guy that Nick owes 4.5 million to. Maybe that's who the fuck was going to the house. Who the fuck knows? How many people these people have agitated?
A lot.
It could be Save the Whales that was trying to see if Han can go back to the sea.
Well, apparently they went to Julie's house, which I haven't seen any proof of a police report or anybody showing up to Julie's house. So first I've heard of it.
Well, I mean, the guy that showed up at Hong's house, we didn't have anything to do with that. We don't even know who the dude is. And then the truck that was across the street or whatever parked, and maybe Nick's just a little paranoid that there's like other people that exist in the world. What if the guy was like pulled over doing like computer work?
Well, they don't even have any of that in here anyway, which is interesting. Because he sure wrote it on social media to make it seem like it was something to do with this, but it's not in this filing.
I just want to see the proof of the threats. Where are the threats? Where do the threats directly connect Granny and I? They don't. Where are the police reports? Because I could go to my police station and I could have my police officer probably write something up to say how many times I've gone to the police. Did I file anything? No, they instructed me not to, because if you file a harassment in Pennsylvania, it's just like a little $50 fine and they can't go further because of double jeopardy. So they told me to go higher, which, it's bullshit. There's no fucking threats. There was no threats to Dog the Bounty Hunter in the very first cease and desist. It's all bullshit.
I agree.
Well, maybe he felt threatened with the TikTok battle with that lady.
Oh, that came after. We got to stay in chronological order, though.
I mean, I felt threatened by it. There was very threatening performance by the Dog Bounty Hunter. I don't know.
It amazes me that they would file something like this just a few days after Brittany got great joy in giving out my private conversations that had my phone number attached. Talk about doxing, invasion of privacy, and all that with malicious intent and all that other shit.
I think you should file a police report.
Yeah, I think that if they felt any of what they're saying is real, then they should have went to their collective local courtrooms and filed for protective orders. But to try to put that bullshit, which none of it that I can see is even real, and try to intertwine it into this case once again, is like, go fuck yourself. This is insane. No, I don't see it. I don't see signatures by each plaintiff. Let me look again.
Oh, no. There was nothing.
Nope.
No. And Nick's post, well, I'll say Nick, At Night's post that said At Night has filed, did At Night draw up and file and just have Lesniak sign it? Or did Lesniak draw up and file?
Well, right. At Night, time and time again, tells the world that they're the Scrivener. I mean, at one point, they had to use pen to change the date of a signature.
It looks like a different color, too. I can't tell because I'm driving. But oh, yeah, it's blue. Never mind.
This says dated December 26th instead of the 24th, but it was actually the 24th.
Oh. Huh. A lot of fuck ups.
Well, I'm sure he's going to be able to explain that in front of a judge. He'll be very vocal and probably have fantastic arguments to state in front of the judge why he did all these things. You know, I'm sure it will not be the same situation that happened before.
I think this is just a way for them to try to make it look like they're doing something. I think they want to get their names back out there again because their channels are all, nobody talks about them. It's all dried up. And I also think it's a way for them to attempt to get exhibits in the Superior Court because you're not allowed to submit new exhibits.
And also continue to financially drain us.
Right.
They've been seeking attention again, and it's not working. Everything they have attempted doesn't pan out. They've attached themselves to things in different spaces to try and milk it for content. It doesn't work. And here we are back to this. And I think the intent was to try and create a stir over coming after you again because it's the most views they ever get.
Exactly. I completely agree.
I agree too. Nonsense.
Fuck
the
that.
other where is At Night Media though? Because all I see is At Night Creative Intelligence. So where is At Night Media?
Sitting on their thumbs spinning.
What, this filing says At Night Creative Intelligence?
No. What I'm saying though is they've changed their name 3 times now since they filed this injunction initially.
Right.
It's amazing to me how many people in here do not even understand what was initially filed. And I know it's a lot, but a lot of people are unaware of the basis of what they even filed initially and how fucking crazy it was. And all over misquoted, wrong statements, the fucking bullshit from top to bottom was intense. And it just keeps getting added to every part of it. If you have not, I know Jess has done videos on it. Go back and listen to some of those. If you have not heard those, it is wild. You can't make this shit up.
Yeah, well, I think they want attention because no one gives a fuck about Nick. Nick's a loser. He'll always be a loser. He's only good at basically being a wart on a fucking someone's ass. who just basically just ward on society's ass that basically no one gives a fuck about. And eventually he will have nothing. He probably will have nothing towards, his entire existence. And it is what it is. I mean,
Not only is he a loser, Beaton, but you can add adjudicated fraud, federal fraud, who is on federal probation and parole or fraud.
yeah, he's a fucking loser.
Yep.
He's an absolute loser. Kong's a loser. They're all fucking losers. And the only relevance they ever had recently was off the back of a missing child. And even now they realize, oh shit, there's not really anyone that's fucking watching about Sebastian because the idiots hijacked it and made all the larger channels not give a fuck about talking about it because they don't want to be tangled up with these weirdos. So they just decided to move on. Look at Betty. Betty did Sebastian Rogers. What did he get? 1,200 views? 1,000 views?
Speaking of which, I thought Betty just recently said everybody's under federal investigation. So why are they begging the courts to open an investigation? Betty already claims everybody is under a federal investigation. Of course, she claimed this was a federal filing to begin with, too. So there's that.
She's too busy simping for the mother of, Melanie Buzzard. Simping for that one,
What is she? Oh,
she was originally thinking the woman was innocent and that she was being framed and she was protecting her child. Oh, it turned out that the mother murdered her and kept the bullet, the shell casing. Now you got to change your tune a little bit. Guess she was wrong again.
Shocker there. Yeah, I thought they were in different states and all of that. It's just, and again, it's funny that they're saying they want us not to be able to speak about this shit publicly. But the first thing Nick does is tweet that he filed this. How can you claim that you want this type of stuff to stop being spoken about on the internet, but you continue to put on the internet before we're even served with it?
Yeah, just shows that he's doing this for attention. He's really doing this to also fuck with your heads because no one files shit on Christmas. Like, no lawyer works on Christmas Eve. There is no fucking lawyer that works on Christmas Eve. They're all on vacation.
Well, apparently, Joseph Lasniak thought he was sending this out on Christmas Eve, but then predated it for the 26th, which is even, again, it's weird.
Which the 26th is a federal holiday, too.
Right, it's today.
Yeah, so either or, I've never seen, they don't do that. It's really not. Usually things start up, you might get something on the 29th and the 30th, but usually everything starts up on the 5th of January. That's where everyone starts up again.
Well, this was also Lasniak's first holiday without his father-in-law. And it's sad to see that he's been in the office, apparently working on behalf of Nick, Kong, and Julie, and Betty, and Brittany, and blah, 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 blah. On this one, he's the only attorney listed, yeah.
What a great son-in-law, using the death of his father-in-law to push a fucking court case. What a piece of shit.
Lesniak would have been more successful going after his toupee company than anything else.
Yeah, I'm really curious about him changing the date on these.
Hey Jess, I gotta jump down. It's sleeting here, and I gotta light my smoker for a wedding tomorrow. But I'm gonna be listening. I'll be
Be safe.
Listen,
Storm and bad.
Another day, another bullshit, and the courts are gonna see through this. Even though as upsetting as this is to deal with, on top of everything, we're gonna get through this. So,
yeah.
All right, guys. See ya.
Bye.
I just don't know how Brittany J thinks like this is a brilliant idea.
Either, because it says on there that any of my associates, right? So she thinks if the courts grant this, that they're going to expand that, and that's going to cover all of you too, which again is asinine. I cannot be held accountable for what any other fucking adult says on their public platforms. We have a right to speech. I'm sorry.
You're not paying us. You're not actually. You don't own the channels. Right. You don't have any you're just basically another YouTube channel. That is the most asinine, stupid thing in the world. That's like me trying to hold Nick accountable for fucking Shady. Oh, well, Shady's in the chat. So obviously that's an associate. So obviously if Shady posts a video of Granny's watching, we can, do an injunction against Shady.
Well,
And
it does say that it would go both ways, and that's my first thoughts. Okay, then every clip channel that Brittany uses against me will now have to remove all their shit. I mean, what do you mean? You can't have your cake and eat it too. I don't even think they've realized what they're asking. I've no control over what somebody else posts. I stupid to even try to
well,
put that in there.
well, I mean, an injunction is usually for like stopping someone from doing something, not saying something. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Right.
Sounds like they just want your freedom of speech to be taken away, and I think that was already ruled on,
Right.
and it's not going to work.
That's exactly what this is. This is what they did last time. It's the same exact thing. It's a way to absolutely try to, stifle our speech. It says, thus, the injunction's effect is to create a two-way safety zone. Neither side may attack the other. After you all just spent a year literally attacking? Are you kidding me?
I mean, like you're not. He doesn't sound afraid, Hong, when he says you're, getting blowjob. You're giving blowjobs to your lawyer,
Yep.
and basically making multiple online harassment comments online. Like what this is just bullshit. It is what it is.
Jess,
Yeah.
do we know, is there any other pending suits that would fall under, has anybody else filed a Slapp in Pennsylvania since the statute, or is this the only one on the books? Do we know?
I think that's the only one on the book so far.
The court needs to hurry the fuck up and get this figured out. This is exactly the purpose, to have this, to stop this. I can't imagine without the support. God, you have some support. This would financially destroy most people.
Yeah, and that's what the judge said, that this lawsuit, this injunction has all the hallmark markings of a Slapp suit. The exact thing legislation sought to stop.
Well, the problem is you're dealing with, in my opinion, a piece of shit lawyer, and when that's an opinion, who has a piece of shit client who have nothing going in their lives. Fucking Lasniak is a loser, in my opinion, a fucking garbage human being that has nothing going in his life. And this is the only thing, and he doesn't care about destroying his reputation over this bullshit. It is what it is. And when you have to deal with scumbags like this who do the stuff like this, then this is what happens. Unfortunately, they play games, but eventually the games come to an end. Just like Betty. Betty thought, oh, I could play games all year round. And then what it turned out, we all found out you had sex with both Dolly and fucking JLR. You're a fucking broke bitch, and you're a loser, and no one gives a fuck about you, and your channel's dying. And congratulations, and you look like a loser. She just delayed it.
Well, like in this, they say that our comments are not of public concern, but they started off by saying that they're working on behalf of a high-profile missing child's case. How can you say it's not of public concern, but also say that?
They're not involved in the investigation into the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers. They're not facilitating or helping law enforcement. They are not partnering with. So again,
but isn't that annoying too? Like, at what point though do the actual investigators step up and say these guys are posers? They're not. They're not investigating. They're not searching. They're not doing anything, but every now and then coming out with some bullshit. We got a tip or we have a lead that never leads to anything. And then they just rinse it under the bridge. Nobody ever hears about it again until a new one pops up and then another one. And here we are back to Green Hoodie Guy. And now we're pulling this shit out and we're stopping them from searching and blah, blah, blah. No, I think the fact that you're not allowed to leave the state of Pennsylvania is stopping you from searching. I think the fact that dogs doing podcasts and TikTok battles and moving to Florida instead of searching in Tennessee is what's stopping you from searching. Nothing I'm doing is stopping them from fucking searching. My words on the internet, if they were powerful enough to stop anybody from search efforts, well, gee golly, can you imagine how far the internet would stop if there's a fugitive on the run? If there's if all we had to do was speak and that could stop people from doing what they need to do, if my words are that hurtful that I was really able to stop search efforts, then stop fucking listening to me. How about that? Nobody's forcing them to hear my broadcast. I'm not outside their houses with bullhorns. This whole thing is such a fucking joke.
I think it's a lot of jealousy as well, because these people, they want to be famous, they want to be respected, and no one gives a fuck about them. Like, I don't even know what their channel is. I don't give a fuck what their channel is. They're not doing well on YouTube. No one gives a fuck about them.
No, their last
Everyone's
thing got like minimum views. It was hysterical to see somebody could even get that little bit of views. But when he's up there talking about Rico and suing everybody, it was the highest views he's ever fucking had.
yeah, because all of us are watching. That's pretty much it. It's none
Right.
of his fucking people are watching. It's like that's the thing. He's a fucking, and it's kind of wild to see someone who claims to be a MAGA guy, freedom of speech. Oh, they're just trying to silence everything. And
Right.
these motherfuckers are the first ones to try to silence people. You're fucking a bunch of hypocrites.
Yeah, didn't Nick recently say he's part of Turning Point USA and all of that?
Yeah,
Fuck.
you're sitting here and you're like, well, I want freedom of speech, but I don't want no one else that I disagree with talk. Okay, loser, hypocrite. You're a fake fucking freedom of speech person. You're a garbage human being, and no one should give a fuck about you. Honestly, no one should ever watch his shit, to be honest. Like, don't even hate watch his shit. It's just a waste of fucking time. Absolutely.
Turning Point USA, that's the Charlie Kirk movement. And one of Charlie Kirk's biggest things was freedom of speech.
Yeah,
all of their biggest things.
Charlie Kirk would fucking spin in his fucking grave if he heard that this guy was claiming his fucking organization. Are you fucking kidding me? He was a huge proponent of freedom of speech. No matter if you disagree with him or agree with him in his politics, I get it. Some people don't agree with him. I get it. But he was definitely the guy that went and he was not a fucking cowardly piece of shit like fucking Hung, like fucking Nick. He went out there, got killed because of it, unfortunately, but went out there. Unlike these fucking people. Fucking cowards, losers, garbage human beings.
Well, here's the other thing, right? So, oh wait, never mind. All right, so let's take away Sebastian Rogers' case from it. Let's say they weren't covering Sebastian Rogers and we were just talking about Nick and Hung and those guys, the same people. You still claim to be a media company. Therefore, you're still of public concern. I would still have a right to speak on you.
Well, look at this. They're a media company that doesn't actually fucking do anything.
Right. They don't even do any media work or anything. I've never seen them. I mean, my God, I just, how fucking sick is it that one day you're online doing what you've always done. You're talking about disappearance of a child. You're spreading awareness. I'm one of the first people that ever showed Sebastian's photo when he disappeared. We're having, and then next thing you know, here we are a year and a half later, 2 holidays later, and I'm fighting this type of fucking bullshit.
Well, that's what happens when you have to deal with fucking scammers and, or grifters or pieces of shit. They're the first ones that come after you. Look at Logan Paul.
Assholes.
Look at Logan Paul, dragging CoffeeZilla for 2 fucking years in litigation. All for what? He even thanked CoffeeZilla. Thank you for revealing the scams that were going on with CryptoZoo. Thank you. He actually was a great guy and fantastic. Next thing you know, he's suing him for defamation because the guy called him a scammer on Twitter about that crypto.
People do.
Well, what they do is they bully people because these people have like the thinnest skin ever. They're the ones that want to talk shit about everyone, but then they want to use their lawyers or their money to fuck with people's lives to try to silence them. That's the problem with it. And unfortunately, the civil judicial system is kind of pay to play. It's just too much. Like, money gets you different treatment all the time. Even criminal money gives you different treatment all the fucking time. It's just how it is.
That's insane.
I mean, I guarantee if you were worth like $20 million right now, you think they would ever fuck with you?
No.
Well,
and that's the problem because I understand that Superior Court wants to rule on this merits because they likely want to make a case law, being one of the first anti-slaps in PA, but we're not a big corporation. We're average, not even average. We're 2 single mothers in Pennsylvania. We're not Apple. We're not, I'm not ABC. I'm not Fox News. And the fact that this keeps being allowed to go on and on and on, and everything they're showing is, again, the tactics of people like them that are frivolous litigants. Anything to keep you tied up in a courtroom. Here's another filing on Christmas Eve with 47 pages to it, and it's nonsensical.
If I was you, and this is my opinion of it, I'd probably make a fucking documentary about this or write a book.
I know, right?
And then try to sell those rights. If you went on fucking Netflix or some shit. Like one of those true crime documentaries.
It's insane.
Hi, Jess. Sorry, I was
Hey, girl.
just waiting for people to, because I like to give people their time to talk. But all I was going to say is I remember that live stream when Jay was talking about it, and there was absolutely nothing. They
Right.
just literally showed. I mean, they're grasping at straws at this point, in my opinion. You know, especially by pulling those screenshots from other places. It's like they're trying to add stuff that was never in there, and just grasp at straws and basically get a pan of noodles and throw them at the wall and see what the fuck sticks.
Yeah. Well, and another thing is like they're saying in this that they have a very good chance at this appeal, right? They made 47 counts, quotes counts against us, but they only acknowledged 3 or 4 of them at the Slapp hearing. In order to prove it's not a Slapp, you have to bring a prima facie case to every claim made. They only acknowledged
Prima facie.
prima facie, whatever. They only acknowledged 3 or 4 of them. So
Mhm.
they still failed at that.
Right.
They have to establish one for each essential claim. And if they and that's I mean,
Well, and I saw that date, you know, when you scrolled down and showed the date, you know, like literally, what did you do? Just write over the 4 and make it a 6? I mean, how
right.
ridiculous. It's like, how is that going? I don't, these people are so fucking stupid. They just irritate. They're irritants with their mindless drivel going all over the place.
Yeah, it's just stupid. I don't know. Again, it just shows what they've been up to. It shows what losers they are. It shows that again that they're just absolutely frivolous litigants. I mean, it's baseless. How are you saying you need an immediate gag order for shit that you're quoting happened back in February and March? It's been almost a year.
Right. That's what doesn't make sense to me. It's like, it doesn't, it's like grasping at straws that are old. I mean, all this old stuff that was never even put in the beginning. It's weird. It's wild to me. I don't.
Yeah.
And we know that what they're doing. You know, it's like everyone can see it that has a brain in their head. You know, but
Right. Like adding if if they keep going, they're gonna bury them. Let them keep going. They're burying themselves. Oh my god, that's a true threat. It's a figure of speech.
Yeah.
Everybody fucking knows it.
Yeah, everybody does know it. It's so stupid.
No, I get that. I'm just saying, why would he even change the date? He filed it on the 24th. Why did he change the date to the 26th?
Right. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they purposely did this on Christmas. It's just so pathetic. It's so pathetic. And it explains the shit that Brittany's been saying and that Craig's been saying. Oh, you're going to get you another lawsuit. Just wait. Just wait. Because when all is done and said, you're certainly going to have yourself a lawsuit, Craig. Just wait.
Karma's a bitch.
Absolutely. Right. It's
I have a
tackling free
question.
speech. Yeah.
I have a
what you
question
got?
though. Didn't you like win like against Brittany with the
Declaratory judgment. Yes.
Yeah, so how does that not affect your injunction that they're going to try to do against you?
I don't know if it would.
I mean, I would think that if she's one of the litigants, right? And you know, kind of called her bluff on it and won on that, wouldn't that kind of stop her from doing anything else because she already lost on that?
And didn't again, but that's also my point too, right? Like if barbecue did that to Julie Valenti, then Julie Valenti should have took that to her local courthouse and got a protective order.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, can't you just like, if the claims that she's put in there about, you know, defamation or kids, blah 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 blah, are basically the same thing in the injunction that they're claiming, you already won with your declaratory judgment against her.
Well, none of that's written in here. None of this says anything about Brittany or her kids or.
Well,
Like
but she's one of the parties.
Right.
And
those, I get what you're saying, but those particular things aren't mentioned. The only things mentioned here are a couple X posts and the supposed live broadcasting of the court proceeding. That's all they have in here.
mhm.
I get what you're saying, though. I don't know. I'll have to ask my attorney if it could play any weight in it, but
Yeah, because I was thinking, like, you already got a declaratory judgment on one of the plaintiffs, and you're the only person that has any sort of claim against you that in the injunction is Brittany J. She's the only one that made any claims against you. So why is that not playing a part into this new one? Like, she
Right.
already had a chance, a bite at the apple, and she lost.
right.
That's I'm just saying, maybe that'll work. I don't know.
It's a good thing to consider.
It is a good point. I mean, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you already won. I mean, what was the point of that declaration? I mean, like, can you even pursue I mean, like, I would just use that shit. I'd figure something out. I don't know. But you already won with that. She never challenged it. She made all those claims, and she's the only reason why you're brought into the injunction is her.
Right.
That's what I
That's
think.
fucking true.
Yeah.
That is true. And I know what Shady's video says, but again, Shady's video is full of shit. And whoever made that you can't say that because one commenter said that means it was happening. The stream still exists. It's still right there. You can hear there was never a court proceeding.
Yeah.
The judge even said as much last time.
Well, listen.
I mean, they're basically saying the judge is wrong. The judge lied. It's
Yeah.
up to the judge. If the judge wants to pursue that something illegal took place in her courtroom.
Well, I mean, like, then I'd probably, if they're going to use Shady's video as evidence, then Shady's going to have to, produce their
subpoenaed.
name. Yeah,
Right.
produce their name. So maybe you need to subpoena Google to get their IP address.
Yep.
I don't know. They're saying that that's evidence in the case. I don't know. It is what it is.
It's like stupid comments they're using. Like Barbecue wrote, I want to know who the dude was carrying Nick's briefcase into court. Why couldn't Nick carry it himself? And why did he look so gray and skeleton-like?
Yeah, that's an opinion.
Or that's not proof of doxing.
Yeah, just because we think he looked like the fucking character from Stephen King's Thinner doesn't mean that that's doxing or anything. First off, there's no such thing as doxing in fucking court cases. The moment you enter a court case, it doesn't exist. You entered a court case. There is no doxing at that point. Yeah, it's not nice to show someone's fucking address, but your name and your address is on the fucking documents. That's it. That's all. You decided to make it a public matter. So there is no doxing. What are you talking about? You're going to go up to the judge and say, my name is on the internet. Are you a public figure? Yeah, I run a organization that helps find children, a media company. And you'll start this litigation? Yeah, no shit. Then your no doxing. What are you fucking talking about?
Not only that, but we don't even know who the fuck at night is. They're just writing as at night. Who does that consist of? How can you tell me that I'm threatening somebody that I don't even know who the identity is behind the fucking name?
It's like, okay. And it's kind of crazy that almost 2 years you don't even know the fucking who runs the organization. Right. It's like, you should produce, produce the like fucking documents. Who are these people? But it is what it is. Shady makes meaningless threats saying she has this and that. Shady's a loser and a cat scammer, in my opinion. She basically she's begged for money for her, like, says, it's my birthday and I really would like some donuts for my cat sanctuary nearby. But I won't tell you the name of the cat sanctuary or tell you how much because, the people would try to dox me and everything. So can I have some money?
Wow.
And then she doesn't show any proof. She got I'm just sitting here. I'm like, yeah, okay, cat scammer.
Right. Oh, it fits in with where she sits at, so no surprise there.
It's
He's a doxer. Let's just call it what it is.
Absolutely.
Part and other people on hospice being doxed, and I'm not going to shut up about that because it's true. Wherever you land on that situation, I don't care. The facts are she played an active role in doxing other people.
Yeah.
And then she tries to hide behind an anonymous channel while creating and concocting lies on every single person and trying to, Jess and I both have the screenshots of when she's in BJ's chat saying, just wait till I get back from Florida. I'll handle Granny.
Bro,
what are you gonna do?
She is such a fucking...
Right, that's a threat.
Yeah, by the way, she is so like
Sure.
thin skin, that motherfucker. She made a video about me and I commented and she had me blocked.
Of course.
She had me blocked. She made a video about me and had me blocked in the comments.
That's
What
always
the
how
fuck?
these type of people are. Insane insecurity. Absolutely.
And then she sits there, it's like, I don't hate people. Yeah, okay. Like,
Oh, please. You're full of fucking hate. These people never recognize that they are what they claim others to be. It amazes me.
bro, if I sat up here and said, guys, give me money for our cat sanctuary, but I'm not going to tell you what it is or where the money goes, and it's for my magical birthday, but I don't want to tell you my date of my birthday too. Are you fucking kidding me? You know how many people would make videos on me?
Right.
She'll make a video on her friend there on Christmas Day saying people want to see her. She needs to go get her friend and order ASAP because that one's spiraling at a rate and they're just all sitting back cheering it on like nothing to see here.
Right.
Only ones wishing for her downfall seem to be the ones sitting right around her, co-signing and condoning all of her fuckery.
Can we like do a GoFundMe to get our fucking broom to sweep her fucking ceiling? Because that shit needs to be cleaned.
That's
No,
why
it needs
they're always
to be
sick.
cut out and whatever is causing the damage up there and the mold needs to be fixed before that whole fucking top, whatever is above those cabinets, falls fucking right through.
I mean, like, I don't even know what that was. That was some crazy shit.
Oh, it's
Well, what kind of proud Christian mother or mother in general of young children goes live like 8 times between Christmas Eve and Christmas Day?
One that needs to wants to get money.
Oh, gee, Cash, you're so nice. Thank you for the dog sanctuary.
one that was bringing her drunk, inebriated partner on it, streaming until 6 a.m. on Thanksgiving, doing the same exact shit, threatening people. And then it just escalated from there. And then she cries and says, "Oh my God, I can't believe that a well-being check." Well, yeah, your own people are concerned and have been addressing it, and you've been throwing a fit. That same person, you
Well,
know.
and it's funny too that none of that is placed in this, right? Like all these things that Brittany keeps saying, oh, Granny's part of this, and this because of the dark side. None of that is mentioned in any of this,
No, because it's not fucking. Well, let me be
right? Because Brittany
Understand.
can't back it up, and two, they don't give a fuck about her. She's a fall dog for them. That's it.
She's an
When the time
embarrassment.
comes, she's a useful fucking pig, and when the time comes, they're gonna look at her and say, "Now you're cooked. Figure out a way to pay these fees."
Yeah.
Signed an NDA. We're not held accountable. Nick already has a 5.4 judgment against him. I don't even know anything about Hung. Don't give a fuck to know anything about him. But I know that he's a coward. He's not going to be held accountable.
Bro,
That's why they're all running.
that motherfucker was ducking and dodging that order of protection from SF like the fucking Neo from the Matrix. He was just ducking and dodging that order of protection to be served. That was kind of funny. But like, that's just how it is. It's just, but these people just trash bags. It's just like the only thing I would say is like probably just keep on making lives, keep on pushing the funds and GoFundMe's and stuff like that, and just wait. Eventually you're going to get to the court. It's a slow process, but
Here's the thing. I can make a video right now and I could put fucking court audio behind it and tell you all that it took place because at night and Hong recorded it. Okay. But what comes then is if they try to use that as evidence, I don't give a fuck what it looks like. It never happened. If they try to use it as evidence, I then subpoena fucking Shady, whatever her government name is, and she has to produce the original video and what she gathered to make it.
Yeah.
It is a spliced together fucking video. It's not real. Nobody live streamed that day. Nobody. It's that simple. So it doesn't matter what the video looks like. The proof is that the sheriff stopped the proceedings twice. That's it. Like they can lie, but where the fuck is the proof of the live recording? And how are you going to say it happened from me or barbecue? Maybe Nick and Hong recorded it and handed it off to their buddy Shady. How the fuck would we know? You can't prove that I did it because I didn't fucking do it. The court also has cameras. They can see if anybody's sitting there holding their phone up the whole time recording something.
Oh, by the way, can we point out War Eagle's a racist?
No shocker there.
I mean, like, did you see her post? This is her post on X on 10/28/2025. So this is
I never look at their shit ever.
Her post was being killed and eaten by angry black women losing their food stamps today.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. And again, she gets paid by the taxpayers, sits in a tax-paying position. And like Betty said, if you're a fair game then.
Are we shocked? That's the entire green team has that same mentality.
You're
Let's
so
stop
right.
acting like they don't. They all have that very
You're so right.
But wait a minute. Where's Lemon Turd? I thought he hates racists. Isn't he going to call that out?
Right.
I guess not. Is BJ going to call that out? Oh, no, she's not.
Well, even Nick now using War Eagle's position, which he doxed out, Nick. By the way, you doxed it out, buddy. So if that place ends up getting calls, it's because you doxed it out and made it seem that there's an investigation taking place against people on her using her job to act like, oh, we're going to do something about this doxing and thanks for expediting it and blah, blah, blah. No, people have a right to fucking inquire about that. You made it public concern because, again, you people care more about a few clicks and a few likes and a few views than you do the integrity of whatever you're trying to accomplish, because whatever you're trying to accomplish is bullshit. And it shows. Making a tweet on Christmas Eve about this filing before it was even filed shows your intent. Making that comment about War Eagle's job and the investigation they're going to do and the doxing and blah, blah, blah shows again that you care more about making people think that you have power than actually succeeding and seeing anything through. It's all about it's a facade.
Bro, that guy, how big of a loser do you have to be to file a court case with Christmas Eve? Everyone else is fucking doing shit. No lawyer is fucking working. And you're fucking filing paperwork like that? Jesus Christ.
It's so embarrassing. That's probably why Lasniak changed the date. He's like, I don't want to look like a loser that was here with you on Christmas Eve.
That's got to be like, you got to be like the biggest loser in the world to be doing that, to be honest with you.
Like, I'm glad you spent your Christmas Eve thinking about me, Nick. That's fucking cute and weird, but what the fuck?
What do you think of my avatar, by the way?
It's very interesting. Why is it that one, though? I don't know what it is.
You ever watch The Simpsons?
Not really. I'm familiar enough, but
you know the lawyer that loses all the time?
Oh, very fitting.
The lawyer that loses every case. So I figured that would be kind of funny.
Of course, Brittany knew what was going on. She's part of it. I mean, they probably called her for this one little stupid thing. And Brittany probably had, my CPS and wellness checks and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, yeah, well, you have no proof, Brittany. So once again, your own people fucking don't care what your claim is happening to you. But sit over there and all your... And how the fuck are you out all day and then claiming you cooked Christmas dinner? You weren't even you were live all day. At what point did you cook? Like, these people don't realize, like, your lies just catch right on to you.
Who would want to eat that food, though?
She got rid of all of her pots and pans, so all she has is Pyrex dishes anyways.
What do you mean, like, she got rid of all her pots and pans?
I don't know, Tim. She said that the only thing left when she started remodeling her kitchen, she got rid of everything, and the only pans she has left is Pyrex pans.
So how is a motherfucker that is broke all the time, says they're broke, they can't afford anything, remodeling kitchens and getting all this new pots and pans? Like, are these lobotomites not realizing she's bamboozling you all? Like, it's crazy.
She had the can slip, and Natasha called it and pointed out that there was it looked like roach coverings all over the cabinets and shit.
It was.
That's when Brittany turned around and said, we're in the middle of renovating our kitchen. That's what you saw, because the door was filthy and shit. And at that time, she was literally asking people for gas money and money for new tires and to fix her van and, basic everyday living things. So it was like, well, how are you affording a renovation?
Yeah.
Did you see that the biggest, in that cam slip where her ceiling showed, that biggest black spot is the sticker part for a fly strip? Who the fuck hangs fly strips? I'm not even joking. They just ripped the fly strip off of it. That's the sticky part that goes when you undo them. You turn that inside out and it's got a tack, and you tack it to the ceiling or wherever you're putting it. That's that black thing with the tack in the middle of it. That's the biggest spot on her ceiling. Right in front of kitchen cabinets, you can see the seasoning hanging on the front of her cabinet to the one side of it. But how lazy do you have to be that you go through and rip the fly strips off and leave the tack in the ceiling?
Yeah, disgusting. And I'm still not understanding just because you have Pyrex pots, you can't cook. So first off, you haven't cooked since when? Like, that's news because you claim you cook all the time. Two, that's what the fuck they're for. I don't understand how you say I can't cook because I only have when that's what they were made for.
Right. Pyrex pans. And she's got a crock pot too.
Oh my
It's so
God.
stupid. It's so fucking
Well,
stupid.
I don't get it. My lawyer can get transcripts from the court. Yeah, you can also put the judge's first ruling on it.
Can't
The
afford
judge
pots and
already ruled
pans,
on it.
but she's got thousands of dollars worth of electronics. Jesus. Can you imagine the
Well, how
electrical hazard in that house as is? I mean,
No, I mean the
oh
at
my
least this
God.
day several heaters. But how doesn't nobody else recalls her saying during the summer that they pre-ordered the Switch 2?
I do. I think I have it. I just haven't went and pulled it. I'm pretty sure I have that video.
Yeah, because that's interesting. I don't whatever.
Yeah. It's just embarrassing at this point. And hey, if her people want to be bamboozled, carry on. You're just
That's how
showing
I
how
feel.
stupid you are. Keep
Right.
sending her all the money. Keep doing everything. I encourage you to do whatever you want,
Right.
but don't cry and come over here and expect for us to feel sympathy for you when we know I don't know if you know this, Jess, but I have a clip of her. I just stumbled upon it the other day when we were looking for stuff. Her saying, "What am I supposed to do? Ask Rancher for Brenda's $1,500 back?"
She never even used it for that, admittedly.
I know.
She said she didn't add that in the calculations. And when Brenda pointed out, well, wait a minute, I gave you 1,500. She goes, oh yeah, I forgot. I'm going to use that in PA.
She did. And then she turned around and said, "What am I supposed to do? Ask Rancher for the $1,500 back?" I about fell over when I heard it. I was like, wait a second. You never
Right.
even gave him that.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, right under their noses, but they don't care. And she's trying to play it off like, well, it was my majority, my mods. Yeah, your mods are dumb. Dumb.
You know, I also, because I just realized, I'm sorry, I clicked over and I see here it says, although the trial judge initially found no evidence of dissemination, the fact that video and images were broadcast to thousands of live viewers during a hearing makes it evident that they were distributed online. So what happened? Like, they continue to lie in these filings under oath. Why don't they why aren't they getting in trouble for that?
I'll call you tomorrow. I've got a thought.
Oh.
I don't want to
Oh,
say.
somebody has in a video about the Switch 2. Yeah, she absolutely said that she pre-ordered the Switch 2 and then went on to say she doesn't know why because they don't even play with the Switch 1 and blah, blah, blah. And then I mean, whatever.
I want to look at their previous filings in all the different places and find out how many different counties they have done this in.
Well, they do it a lot in PA.
Yeah, how many different counties in PA is what I'm curious. There's some weird maneuvering here with that group.
Right. No, I agree.
And what's embarrassing is a lot of these people claim to be true crime connoisseurs. Like, that is what they follow, what they're invested in is, we care about the children. And they have no common sense, no logic. And they are over there cheering on our court systems being wasted, the time and money being wasted for shit like this. They're cheering this shit on that takes time away from cases actually seeing justice.
Right.
I can't take these people seriously.
They don't give a fuck. They're like all those people in our true crime channel. Those people have been from the drama community. Let's be 100.
That part.
Right.
I mean, they just want to see they're like the content creator they don't like the most fucking just suffer because they're just horrible, because they just are horrible people and they don't care if the court system gets abused. They'll make up bullshit reasons. Oh my God, Granny did this. Oh my God, Barbecue did this. I'm like, it's just bullshit. At the end of the day, they would cheer on any of us being dragged into court and tens of thousands of dollars being wasted.
Absolutely. And no, they took background noise from somebody's live stream and they claimed that it's the court proceeding. It's not. It's somebody up on panel's husband speaking.
Yeah.
It was not court. First off, the judge was female. Let's start with that.
Yeah.
Exactly, Beck. She grifted for it back during one of their birthdays. The girl grifts and lies about everything, but who cares if these people and they're not her friends, I'll tell you that, because I highly doubt in any circumstance would anybody's quote unquote friend support or encourage somebody to go live several times between Christmas Eve and Christmas Day instead of spending it with their family. That's not friendship. These people don't care about her. And they start,
No, they
fucking
don't.
losers.
They don't give a fuck. In fact, if you have friends like this, you don't need enemies because they're right there.
Right.
It's unfucking believable what's happening.
Yeah, but it is what it is. I mean, just
One
gotta
foot
keep it
in front of the
moving.
other. Yeah.
Oh shit.
And what they purposely fucking doing it is sick.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I'm sure, it will end well for them eventually. I'm sure it will not backfire tremendously, where they have to pay all this money, and Brittany J's going to have to do a 12 o'clock a.m. live screaming, my little children, how will
Right.
I ever feed my little children?
This is taking money from my kids. Akira, thank you so much. Because that's what this does. So now they're trying to claim they want us to respond within 3 days, which is like, it's a fucking holiday, you fucking
No one's
losers.
responding in 3 days.
Most attorneys aren't even working right now. Like, people are off between Christmas Eve and fucking New Year's, but that's what they're trying to make it. So now this prolongs everything, and we're also in the middle of writing a brief, and then they want this to turn into have to go back to lower court before the judge for a hearing. It is another way to draw this all out, both time-wise and financially, like Nick said.
First off, today's a federal holiday. Monday into Saturday and Sunday are weekends, so they're not days. So technically, you would probably have it at like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday max. But even though no one does a brief, no one says you respond in 3 days. That never happens in any court case. That doesn't happen. So they're just full of shit.
Wednesday next week is a holiday too.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's New Year's. That's
Well,
why
Thursday. Thursday would be the technical.
Yeah, but most people take off, New Year's Eve. So,
Yeah.
Because most people who are on losers go to families and friends or whatnot and party on New Year's Eve and do things.
Yeah, they're not live streaming several times in a giddy manic state because they know their fellow, frivolous plaintiff is over there filing another frivolous fucking filing.
Let's be honest, this motherfucker right now is spending more time, their attorney, combing his hair to make sure it stays in place for his 30th debut because his own hairpiece exposed him and embarrassed him more than anything else.
Bro, I could never forget the fact that I actually, like, when I made fun of his hair, he got so fucking...
Yeah, he responded.
He responded. I was like, oh my God.
That's what I said. They're insecure that, like, I don't know, that there's going to be a recording of them at the court hearing or something. I don't fucking know. Well, not that special.
They act like they are, what's the movie, X-Men, where they're all like the superheroes. These guys are the fucking Y-men. Why did their mamas? Never mind. I stopped myself. I'm on your panel. But they're the Y group.
Right.
The flunkies of life. Gross.
Fucking stupid. I can't stand them.
And you wonder why any of these motherfuckers are single and have time. Hello.
Like, why? And why? Again, why? Like, why now? Why didn't they do this a few weeks ago or a few months ago? Or, you know what I mean? Like,
because
everything is quoted.
Because they want to be pricks.
I mean, everything is from either February or March of last year. They have some shit from September. But why didn't they do it then? How long ago did White Boy even have that fucking panel? They celebrate the win. So that would have been during the dismissal of the appeal. So why did they file this all then? They waited till Christmas fucking Eve for a reason.
It's weird.
It's sick.
They did. Every time. Every fucking time.
I know. I'm so sick of these sick ruin. Like, what are you doing? It's fucking aggravating.
It's just
it's very weird. Very, very weird.
I just hope the judge sees it. The judge, whoever sees it for exactly what it is. Right. It's a clear sign of their motives. And all they do when they do shit like this is further prove that the judge is right, that they're frivolous litigants, that this is all a fucking scheme and a plan to tie up in court to cost money. Their claims aren't even legitimate in what they put. There's no proof of a police report to Julie Valenti's house. There's no proof of a post inciting people. There's no proof of any doxing of anybody going on. There's no proof of anything. They got a few screenshots of photos of them that was already acknowledged during the court proceeding that was taken before court began, which is why the judge didn't care. Nothing took place while the judge was actually speaking and the court was in process. And then they got like stupid comment, oh, let them keep going. They're burying themselves. You know, in a normal circumstance, we would say this is a figure of speech. But has any of them been buried alive? It's a figure of speech and they fucking know it.
I mean, if they would like to bury themselves, I mean, you're more than welcome. You can do whatever you like.
Right. And guess what? We're not trying to take that right from you.
I mean, if you want to bury yourself literally, go for it. I'm not stopping you.
Any documented tweets we have of Pung harassing, bullying, inciting hate, even them putting again the other day on Christmas Eve that we're preventing them from their search efforts of Sebastian. That's incitement of hate. You're trying to lunatics that this missing child can't be found because of me. How the fuck am I preventing you from searching?
I don't know.
Nobody does good, Tim. Me, Tim. God, I fucking love you. He's like, I don't know. Just like generally answering me. Shut up.
I don't even know why
it's all soft spoken. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even know why this is like the courts even like entertain these people. I swear to God.
Right. I mean,
like, they're like, it's like we're sitting here and they're literally filing shit that I would expect like a 10-year-old would file.
And that's what they're talking about too, right? Like if the courts don't grant this, then you're not upholding the integrity of the judicial process and blah blah blah. Nothing they have done has held the integrity of the court. None of it. I mean, they've laughed in the court's face this entire fucking time. You want to talk about integrity for the judicial process? You've missed every deadline. You didn't even follow the procedure correctly for this brief. We're still waiting on your reproduced records. And Brittany, you're an idiot. The only reason they said they're going to hand it over to the merits panel isn't because there's no merit in our filing. It's because there's so little in yours that they want to make it case law. Oh my God. The fact that she associates merit panel meaning there's no merit. It's like you dissy fucking, you know what there's no merit in? Any cleanliness to your household.
She's going to take that as a threat.
I don't give a fuck. Her ceiling looks like absolute shit. We've all seen her kitchen floor is filthy. The cabinets are covered in roach squalor. Maybe you painted over them by now. I don't fucking know. But, can worry about shit like that. Get offline. Even the other day, isn't she driving around live streaming?
Probably. I mean, she's a fucking loser.
She is a fucking loser. And because they're such losers, and most of them either don't have family that associates with them, they have children they've lost custody of, or they just downright have kids they don't give a fuck to be around all day, that they sit here and they do shit like this instead. Thank God I'm not them. You can tie me up in all the court filings you want. You can cost me all the money you want in court filings, but you will never take away the pure joy and happiness and memories I'm making with my family every fucking day. You'll never get that. So stupid.
I mean, how big of a loser do you have to be to beg strangers for money for your children's gifts? And then takes most of it takes some of the money to buy your fucking loser boyfriend a fucking present. Like,
and then lie that your boyfriend's mom, thank God she finally stepped up and got you a ring, huh? Took it long enough. But to top it off, she got you a fucking wellness ring, knowing damn well there's no wellness going on there. Pathetic.
You think she's just monitoring her? She just got it so she can monitor her?
She probably sees what we all see, that this fucking woman has deteriorated in front of everybody's fucking eyes. And she's probably genuinely concerned. And she's like, well, this bitch loves electronics. So maybe if I get her an electronic wellness ring.
Maybe.
Yeah. Nonsense is this thing right here is the little fucking screw thing that goes into a fly trap. That's what this is.
It is. Yeah.
Thank you. Karma Fun. Thank you, K-Bird. Thank you. And thank you, Shadow. I would claim the video is a blatant fraud on the court based on the fact it's a male judge and recording and his last act be sanctioned. It is, Shadow. That's
I
the truth.
probably, I mean,
We had a female fucking judge. That's a male speaking, and it's Regina's husband in the background. It's been clarified.
yeah, I think what Lasniak is doing is fucked up, like really, really fucked up, and whatever.
Well, and they're also disrespecting the lower court judge, Judge Eckel, by acting like she's incompetent, doesn't know what the fuck she ruled on.
Yeah,
She said it. You had no proof. Nothing here proved that anybody, and that's exactly what I'm not even going to say what my attorney's plans are, but
never
wait
say
for it.
what your attorney's plans are. Keep them guessing.
And I'll tell you what. You keep letting your man fucking threaten me in the background and watch how quickly he gets hit with a fucking protective order. Valid threats too.
Yeah, he, in my opinion, deserves one with what he's been saying.
Yeah, a lot of fucking threats.
Yeah. Threats on your life. And again,
threats on my livelihood, threats on my, yeah.
I think her subs, I mean, cheers. We should give him a round of applause. Craig's got all this money and he can, lawyers are cheap.
Yeah,
but yet
lawyers
he
are
gets
cheap.
on there and says that he's pissed off at her own groupies, her buddies, because they're not getting
Lukewarm.
together and hiring her an attorney. How dare these people? Like, they're pieces of shit.
I don't mean to interrupt, but is this fucking cockroaches up here? Or black mold?
I don't know. I mean, like I think that's just, it could be like dust that's trapped in between the fucking
You know what though,
ceiling.
B Tim? I got popcorn ceiling, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not up there every day fucking wiping down the ceiling, right?
You got
But
popcorn ceiling? That's bad.
I know, but it's a cheap fix for broke people. Okay, I'm not, and it is what it is. But it looks similar to hers, minus the black spots, right? Like, so that's like it takes a lot to accumulate
Yeah,
that type of fucking black dust or black mold. But I've seen videos where police go into a house and they shine a flashlight and it looks like there's like black shit on the ceiling, and then it's roaches.
I'm gonna be 100 with you. I've never had to clean my ceiling.
Right. I mean,
and I don't have any of that. I don't have any dust on there. I don't even know how you do that, to be honest with you, unless it's like near a fan. And so you got to clean your fan, and sometimes it accumulates dust around your fan, maybe.
Yeah, and even then, no. But I mean, look, you can see it over here, and you're right. This isn't considered popcorn. It is textured, and it is just a cheap, I get it. But you see it all over here too. Like these are like black smudges, but I don't know. I mean that.
It looks like water damage.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah, that's what a general contractor says. It's hard to tell how bad, but whatever's above those cabinets needs to be fixed because it looks like it's mold from water damage.
That could be mold. You're right.
Yeah, it's got the.
I mean, that would.
Here it's darker and then it lightens as it goes out. There's something leaking above here.
What is the symptoms for like mold? Black mold.
Terrible.
It's everything she displays. Her and her children all always coughing and shit.
Mold and mildew are really bad.
Okay, so look, coughing, sneezing, running nose, nostril congestion, itchy, watery eyes, skin rashes, headaches, and fatigue.
But look, I got to show you. Take a look at this part of it, right? Look right here and over. See that? One's in the chat when you see can you guys see where my arrow is, or I got to make it bigger?
Jesus Christ.
Over at this part, okay? And then look what I'm going to show you. I mean, I'm sorry. The ceiling has the same type of markings, and that's from cockroaches.
Could be.
I've seen it in arrest videos before.
Oh my God, I'm going to freaking kick you. I just looked away and looked back.
I'm sorry. I'm honestly being dead ass serious right now. Look at the black markings on the ceiling. I've seen it in arrest videos.
How do we know these are not like cool roaches, like Joe's apartment?
And then look, I'm going to bring you back over. They could be as cool as they want. I mean, be cool all you want, but I'm telling you, that's the same markings that roaches leave. I'll never forget. I watched an arrest video where they went in the house and the cop shined a flashlight and it looked like it was like black mold in the corners and shit, but it turned out it was roaches. And I never forgot the scene. And then I just Googled right now, cockroach damage on texture ceilings. And that's what comes up. Those black droppings.
Yeah, but like, don't trust your lying eyes.
Look, I'm telling you, I'm not trusting my lying eyes. I'm trusting the fucking internet.
Oh my God. Look up water damage in textured ceilings. Whatever. And remember, she was telling a story recently about they had some sort of water damage in the kitchen
Yeah, but look, they're not black spots. They're not necessarily black spots like that.
Right.
They're water stained spots. But what we're seeing, I
But
don't know.
that's the
To
closest
me,
to
it
the
fits
cabinet.
cockroaches.
Well, I think it's a mixture of both. I think you've got cockroach stuff here, but right in that cabinet, it's darkest closest to the cabinet, and then
Ugh.
it lightens as it goes out. I think that's the water damage.
It's a
And
shame.
whatever she had that kitchen, the fridge fell through the floor. You don't have that house is oof.
Wow.
Nope. And all of her cleaning utensils look like the cleanest thing in the house.
Because she don't fucking use them. She can't cook. She has Pyrex. I don't know.
But she's the cleanliest cook out there, don't you know?
Oh, somebody doesn't even see a cat. These are cabinets right here, apparently. These two.
Yeah. Oh shit, I can't. There's a hinge right here. If you come over from that, right there.
Here.
Yep, there's
Yeah.
the hinge. It's the angle. So we're looking at
Like if you're looking at your phone right now with your chin down, that's the angle we're at.
The gray part is her cabinets. You can see the top of a bottle of spices right here on that second
Right
cabinet.
here. And then right here, you can see the fly trap remnants. And
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I say it looks like cockroach droppings to me. But all right, one in the chat, if it looks like cockroach droppings to you. Two, if it looks like paint, water damage.
Oh, it's not.
This part looks like water damage.
Yeah, I think it's both. I think it's water damage and cockroach. It's definitely not paint splatter.
That's not paint splatter.
No.
Look, it's even over here in these corners.
Oh
but how do you have a fridge fall through this? Like, how do you have do you have a fridge on your second floor, Fatty?
No. How do you have, that's the concerning part. How do you have a fridge in the subfloor rot out to where, how do you have open pipes where kittens are coming up through the drain pipes as is? Like, how is this happening?
Kittens through the drain pipes? What are you talking about?
Girl. Yes. Craig said it one day when she was live that a kitten appeared through. Yeah.
Oh, gee, God. All right. Some people are saying both. It could be both. I could see both, but I don't want to see anymore. It's just I don't know. Anybody else getting the skeevy jeebies, man?
Yes, I am, and I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. I'm blaming you. Everybody else blames you for everything else. I'm suing you over this.
Remember on that one stream I showed you guys the kitchen floor? And it was filthy. And then the cabinets, we showed the cabinets before, they were filthy.
I haven't seen the floor. I'm good. I missed that one, and I think I'm good.
Are you sure? I can show you.
Oh.
Yeah, it would look like roach shit, to be honest with you. I've seen that.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Who's ready?
Oh, I do not like you right now.
I will say there's been some renovations because here we go.
Oh, dear Lord.
Didn't she originally say that was outside?
She tried saying it was her porch, but we all knew it wasn't.
Yeah, no one's porch is that dirty as well. I'm just going to say that much.
Yeah. And then this one. And then I got a photo with Craig and one with Brittany where it shows the floors, and the floors
Look
are
how dirty. Look how dirty that door is. That means
that door is like
that means they never actually like hand scrub their door
or clean themselves. Like they're just pushing through the door open with their body or something.
No, that what happens is that you're pushing with your hands on the door, and then like that takes like years. That's like 15 or 20 years worth of just not doing anything to that door.
About how long Brittany lived there for. And this is definitely cockroach droppings, which is why I'm saying it's not far-fetched to see the same thing in the ceiling.
That or they're, I'm just saying.
If you were sent out to do an estimate on a house like this and saw a kitchen like this, what would you tell them?
Tear it down.
Burn it.
Fortunately, I don't usually get called for projects like this, but I mean, I can't judge when I show up to people's houses.
Right.
What would you?
What would I? I mean, I would tell you about it and take pictures of it for sure.
And he would be in a full hazmat suit.
Yeah, like that.
It's a full tear down.
Yeah, that's like you take it down to the studs.
Shit.
Yeah, like you're taking that shit down to the studs, it looks like, because
He's
you don't know how.
I'm not judging. The fuck, you're not judging.
Bro, that mother, I imagine how much he would quote them. He'll probably quote them all so much.
Oh,
money.
he would bid that so high that they would lose this number.
Yeah,
On his business, yeah.
Yeah,
because you can imagine electrical probably sucks too in that fucking house. So once you tear down
Oh.
the studs, you're probably going to get the electrical and plumbing's going to be a fucking a nightmare. And again, New York City, like you probably have to pull permits for that shit, and it's like just makes the project 10 times worse.
The electrical in that house, that actually is concerning, and especially where law enforcement mentioned numerous space heaters that they're claiming is a workout equipment. If you have that much stuff overloading that system, there's hazards all around. Oof.
Yeah.
This just makes me grossed out. Can we take that off the screen? Thank you.
Yeah, it's actually a shame that people live like that. And again, cleanliness is not cleanliness is not in line with wealthiness, right? You can be the poorest person and still keep a cleanly home.
Oh, 100%. It doesn't have anything to do with poverty level. You can be the brokest person on the planet and still have a clean home, a clean space.
Just not if you're them and lazy.
I feel like I need to go shower now.
I know. I'm looking for the photo I have of her of the kitchen floor. It was bad. It was like cheap tiling, but it was filthy on it. But I could probably spare you guys because nobody really wants to see that shit.
Wait, what about it's tile or is it?
I remember it looked like cheap little, like those lay down tiles, like those, yeah.
Like peel and stick.
Yeah, like a peel and stick type or whatever. And it was, Craig was proudly showing his pew. Here's one of them. Here it is. And it was just as filthy. Because I was showing how the difference in these health fanatics with their pews always in tow. Somebody sent me these photos. I don't know, but you can see the kitchen floor and it matched similar to what we've seen in the videos, either uploaded by Brittany's kids or whatever. And it's just a filthy place.
How does it take 3 years to remodel something like that? How do we have a renovation project that has lasted 3 years? That is, if they work so hard. We've heard them say they were working all day. What are they working on? Twiddling
their lies.
Yeah, working on their stories, which they suck at.
Right.
You are stalking her.
Yeah.
Okay, Steve. All right.
With public shit, we sure are. With stuff she's allowed to be publicly seen on her public platform. Sure as stalking.
Don't worry, Steve's wife. None of us seeing that are going to go anywhere in the vicinity of that home because none of us like the scratch and itch.
Yeah. I mean, you couldn't even pay me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a pretty nasty home.
See how the floor is?
Oh, yeah, it is. It's linoleum, it looks like. It's that. Okay, I get it. Yep.
Ooh, yeah, that is.
Filthy.
Oof.
Bro, that man is paler than me.
I know. And then look, you got hostess treats over here on the floor, the Coca-Cola on the floor. Look at the grime on this chair leg. It's just filth.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like they never did a deep dive cleaning. Like,
right.
I don't know. Like, usually I would think you would like scrub your walls once in a while.
And that was him then. This is him more currently.
Ew.
That weight gain is massive.
Bro, is that a belly?
That's his belly. I think he's holding a cat there, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem when you drink a lot. It fucks with because it's like, it's not good for you. It's not really good for you. It makes you get your beer belly. It makes you fatter. Really should get rid of the booze.
To that. And then I remember when Brittany had the cam slip before in her kitchen, the floor was the same. So we were like, don't even try saying this ain't him and this, you didn't send this to Mal and blah, blah, blah. Or I think it was Mal, I'm not sure. One of the ex-mods. When the floor is exactly the same. That's when I even zoomed in and was like, oof, yeah, that floor is tough looking.
Yeah.
He's gained weight from between those photos. But one thing I want to point out is you notice the only muscle tone or definition in anything that we're seeing is his right forearm.
Yeah, the one he used a lot to
is a lot.
Well, I'm sure he does a lot of weightlifting on that arm. You know what I mean?
I mean, 8
That's-
millimeters is a lot of weight, right?
Yeah, that big.
But how do you know
no.
he's just like drinking a lot with that arm? He just drinks a lot. He just lifts up that can, just drinks all day with that can. I don't know. Could be that. Could be that.
Could
Oh,
be.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't have a blur version on it, blur thing, so we could see more. But yep, that's
You know what I picture B-Time? I picture him sitting around with one of those helmets on that have the tubes connected that he just pours the beer in so his hands are free so he can moan for Jesus at the same time of him taking his electrolytes for the day.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I was thinking maybe his arm was that big from lifting up that big heavy Bible.
Oh, yeah.
Could be.
Mhm.
The Bible.
Pretty as you still here, girl?
No.
You're an ass. T-Rev boobs. Moobies.
Movies. Whatever happened to that guy? Is he still a loser?
Yeah, I would assume so. They usually don't unlose her overnight
I don't
after
know.
so many years. I
Maybe.
don't know, man.
Maybe he stopped like becoming a loser. Who knows?
There's a slight possibility.
I mean,
The green team is fucking cursed, man. They all fucking.
he's got a decade in. Do you think he's going to change?
You know what? People can change. Just
And
depends.
you know what else I noticed? And that threat from War Eagle or whatever, they're saying that the 1200 to Michaela was debunked. Can anybody tell me where that was debunked? Because Steph's good friend Jessica at the time even came out and said that Michaela tricked him out of that money.
Yeah, even he was like, felt like he was tripped, but he kept on saying he got her panties at least. That's what he was happy about.
And they wrote in their filing that she, like I guess a sex ninja in the night, used her powers on him.
Yeah, she was like, what do you call that? Like the spies, you know?
Yeah,
she-
that like slept with him.
to get
for-
information or some shit. I don't know, some weirdo shit. It's just he knows to do this stuff, and he's fucked over his friend. He fucked over that nerdy addict guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucked that guy over. I mean, the guy, that's the thing about these people. They destroy so many people's lives that eventually they end up by themselves because they burnt down all the bridge. And you know what's going to happen? It's going to happen to Mr. Lazniak too.
Yeah, and
It is.
there's something there that, in my opinion, keeps Lesniak participating, but it's certainly going to happen with I can't hear you, Pretty. Are you talking? It happened with everybody.
Yeah.
That it's going to happen with all these plaintiffs too, because
Well,
Nick
it's
and Hung
already-
are
it's
going to
already-
raise their hands, right?
Yeah, it's already happening. I mean, like, it's already slowly happening. I mean, like, look at, if you compare this. Oh, look, you got.
Oh shit! Because Jesus matters. Thank you very much, Kraken. Every time I think of Brittany, whatever, all I can think of is I pray to a God that I don't believe in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, fraudulent.
she makes good Christians look bad, though. Again, it's not a fight against religion or
Yeah.
Christians. It's against DJ.
Yeah, I'm just saying, and it's just I think that Nick and Hung, Nick especially burns his relationships with everyone, and eventually he's gonna burn Lazniak and he's gonna burn all these other people like he always does. So it is what it is because people like that, they're just not loyal. They're terrible people. They just live off of chaos and destruction because they're damaged and they think that like it's a game to fuck with people's lives. Eventually that doesn't last. Eventually reality hits, just like Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Oh, I could talk shit to this 6'5" boxer in the arena and my trash talking and me saying I'm gonna knock him out and me being a troll. Oh, guess what happened? Reality set in.
I will say though, he got a lot of money for that reality.
But you know what? We all would go in that arena for fucking $100 million. There's not one person in this entire internet that wouldn't try to run around the arena and then get on our knees 14 times, just like Jake Paul,
Yep.
begging for mercy for $100 million.
You can
Like-
break my jaw in several
Right.
places.
What?
I'd just stand there. Why would you even run?
Well, you're
Right.
trying to
Just
like
give me-
avoid getting beat
Yeah.
up. You know what I mean? You're trying to like duck and dodge. So
No,
you're probably gonna have to build up a lot of cardio.
I would just throw myself on. Done.
Well, you got to do something. You can't just throw yourself in the first round.
Well,
I mean, for that price, you got to make it a little,
okay, fine.
yeah,
I
a little
mean-
worth it. Well, he probably thought, who's that other boxer he fought, that Tyson? He probably thought like, oh, I boxed
You
Tyson.
mean you mean the 60-year-old man that almost died 2 months earlier and had a heart attack?
Right. And the man that also said he's so close with Jake Paul and his family that he couldn't, really use his full force with them, nor would he. But he probably thought because he did fight him that he's like, yeah, I'm a pro. And this guy who's an actual pro is like, come on, you little fucking YouTuber, bring it on.
Well,
And
number
fucked him up.
one, that fight should have never been sanctioned. That man was 5 inches taller than Jake Paul, and also had to lower his weight to get even close, and he was still 20-something pounds over him. It should never have been sanctioned. He should have fought he should never have been heavyweight.
It's all about the money anyway, the publicity and the views.
I mean, they just didn't, and that's the thing. Like, I don't get, like, Jake Paul not only put his life on, like, they don't care. They put this guy's put his life on the line because you could die in that arena. Don't get it twisted. One good head punch, if that fist would have hit him on the side of his head, he would have been dead.
That's true. But boxers know where to aim and where not to, don't they?
That's what he did. That's why he picked his chin. If he would have picked, if Joshua picked him by the head, you saw him. He knew exactly where that punch was going.
Right.
If Joshua would have picked him right in the head, he would have been dead. 100%. That's why you saw Jake Paul's face when you saw the fear in his face.
Fuck Jake Paul though. I don't fucking love him.
I mean, like, I'll show you his face right now. Let me show you.
I did. I seen the moment of impact and everything, the photos and all, because his face being all swollen afterwards was pretty.
Yeah, he knew he was
enjoyable for me because I hate the guy.
Yeah, he was
his fucking face.
What?
Kyle said it helped his face.
It helped that face.
I know. I don't like him at all.
I think, like, I like him. I don't like him, but I don't like his brother even more. I think his brother's a frivolous lawsuit, piece of shit, garbage human being. And I actually hope he loses all his lawsuits, and I hope he goes broke. Because, I mean, Jake Paul, I can at least, he's a troll, but he's not doing frivolous lawsuits and making people lose hundreds of millions of dollars, like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars.
Yeah.
BS. You know what I mean? Like, he's a troll. He just talks shit on the internet and says, I'm going to beat this guy up, and beats up on old people on the arena. I mean, it's not, All right.
Beats him, the chat's rallying against you. Yeah, nonsense.
I'm going to hop down. I have a dolphin squealing over here, so.
Do you actually, you don't have a real dolphin, do you?
No, this damn puppy sounds like a goddamn squealing dolphin when him.
I love dolphins. My son's squealing at me too. He's giving me the death look because I promised I wouldn't be long on his computer. So good timing.
All right, I'll see you.
Guys.
B Tim, thank you, Nonsense, for coming up.
Keep your head up. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you.
What were we gonna ask me?
Did you eat any desserts for Christmas? Anything?
I have vegan desserts.
Did your sister get you vegan chocolates?
Yeah.
That's nice. Somebody
I
asked
still
in the
have them.
chat.
I still have them. I eat them slowly but surely.
Yeah.
Usually
you got it.
Well, I usually have 1 or 2 pieces a day.
Crafty Girl sent me home baked goodies, and I don't want them to end. I don't want them to go away. So I'm like little by little treating myself, but they're so freaking good. I don't want to eat them all.
Well, I just don't like to eat too much candy in one day. So that's usually like to eat small ones.
Just
Plus,
treat yourself.
Yeah, like a little bit of something, and I just avoid it. But it is what it is.
Did you get any Christmas gifts?
I don't usually. I mean, that was pretty much it. I mean, I don't usually get gifts because I'm an adult. So
yeah,
I
feel you.
I usually get gifts for my nieces and nephews because they're children. So that's how it goes.
Oh yeah, did your nephew like it?
No, they liked it.
The pyramid thing?
They liked it. Well, they dinosaur bones and meteorites and
they're at that fun age, man. I loved going through that stage with my son. So much fun.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to get them video games or stuff like that because I don't want to have a rotten brain, and I'm not dumb enough to get them a book because I know they're not going to read that shit.
Remember I told you my son wanted the Lego globe?
Oh, nice.
He got enough money from like family and stuff for Christmas and with the money he already had that he said he has enough now to get it. So that's what he's going to treat himself to.
That's good. That's
good.
But
somebody said, don't you think 1 to 2 pieces of candy is a little much?
No, they're like little truffles.
They're
like a vegan truffle. And usually like I'll you're going to laugh, but I usually don't, like I like a dessert, I have it, so I like it.
I'm a dessert person too. It's remind me of Matilda when she realizes the one truffle's missing from the chocolate box.
Yeah.
Great
So
movie.
so I like it like after I eat my meal, and usually I don't eat too many meals. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
especially like when I'm off, because I'm off right now. So I usually skip my breakfast and usually just lunch. Just
That's
have a
how
cup
I
of
am.
coffee. Yeah. And though I might cheat with a cup like a chocolate truffle in the morning, like the thing with like a little thing with the coffee, and that's pretty much it.
Mm. Yeah,
So,
my son's not much of a Lego kid, but for like 2 or 3 years now, he's wanted this Lego globe, but because he's not a Lego kid, I couldn't get myself to spend like $300 on a Lego kit because he's not a Lego kid, you know?
oh,
But
okay.
the fact that he still wants it and he mentioned now he saved enough. And I agree with Sam Hill. Binoculars or microscopes, and they now make these this microscope that's like it identifies and records the creature. It's this newer one I was seeing on Amazon. I
Oh,
wanted it for my freaking stuff. It was so cool.
you know what you should get? A Tesla coil. That's cool.
A what?
A Tesla coil.
I can't afford anything with the word Tesla in it.
No, a Tesla coil. You know Nikolai Tesla?
No.
He that's what Elon Musk stole his idea, like the name from. He was
Oh.
a famous inventor. He developed AC electricity, I believe, and also like AC, AC current.
Oh.
He also basically revolutionized. He created wireless electricity and also other inventions. He he had so many great inventions that the CIA stormed his place when he died because they theorized that he had an earthquake machine and or he was trying to theoretically create a shield device to shield countries and stuff, other things like that. And he invented a whole bunch of inventions as well. He was a brilliant.
Oh, I seen the light thing, like that purple light, electric light that like follows you or whatever, one of those things.
Yeah, that's a Tesla coil, and it just shoots electricity on the side. And you can touch it,
Yeah, I
and
just
you can
looked.
put light bulbs near it,
They're
and it
cool.
lights it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're really neat.
You can get one. You can get them with on Amazon that plays with the music, like it does.
Oh, I'm looking at that right now. A vinyl record shaped Bluetooth Tesla whatever coil for
Yeah,
$61. That's not bad, but my son has a vinyl record player we just got.
yeah. You can get, or you could just get like a regular bulb Tesla thing where you just touch it and it shoots electricity on the side of the bulb.
I was actually proud because my son, he said, "Mom, I really thought you were going to get me the Kendrick Lamar vinyl for Christmas."
Uh,
I'm like,
uh,
no.
to be clear, Angel Chips, he worked for Tesla. No, Tesla worked for Edison, and then Edison stole his idea and then kicked him out, and
What
then
else? Like, I
didn't
mean,
pay him.
Musk didn't invent any of that shit. He just has the money to pay for people with
Yeah.
the brains to invent that type of shit.
Yeah, he didn't even start the car company. He actually was just he just basically invested in the company and then kicked out the actual founders of the company and
Yeah.
broke their deal and didn't even like to keep to their deal. One of the
Fucked
part of
up,
the
man.
deal part of the deal was to give the first line of the cars like a model. You know the car he shot into space?
Yeah.
That was the car he was supposed to give to the other founder.
Oh.
So he rather shot that car into space than give it to him.
I don't think people should be able to be as rich as he is.
The problem is market cap. You have a company that has market capitalization, and then what
Gross.
happens is that your company's valued at that, but realistically, you're not really wealthy like that because the moment you try to start selling your stock, what do you think is going to happen to the stock if you sell in all of the stock at once?
I don't know. The closest I got to
So-
any of that is playing Monopoly, and I never finished a round. So fuck if I know.
And the problem is that the reason why he has all this money is not because of the stock. It's because he takes loans on the stock. So basically, you could take a loan from the bank or whatever for your stock as collateral, and then you pay interest, and then you write off. You don't pay any taxes on the loan, and also you can write off the interest you pay to the bank while you take it out.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Well, you know what I think? I think that there should be a civil war, but it should be the middle class people first, the rich, and we should just fucking tell them they're not allowed to be this wealthy anymore.
Well, I think that's if you read 1984, that's what they talk about.
That's where I got it from. I just finished reading that.
Yeah, usually the middle class move up to become the rich, and then the poor people, some of them might become middle class, but most of them stay poor or dead, and basically just replace the new rulers with someone else.
Well, I think we need a real life Robin Hood, a new world Robin Hood.
Yeah, you're just not going to have that. It's just like you have a consolidation of power and when it comes to money, because
Fine. Then
corporations
I'll
and
just go with
government.
plan B and find a sugar daddy.
Yeah, the problem is corporations and
Somebody
government works together all the time.
somebody did win the 1.7 billion lotto. I totally was waiting to see if it was me. Holy shit, that is awesome though. But again, even like that, I don't believe anybody that it shouldn't be one winner when the amount's that large. I get why it is, and who am
Well,
I to say? But
that's because that
right,
well
Gilbert?
half of that becomes that you don't even get half of that. You don't even
Right.
get like 60% of that.
That's
40%
true.
you get maybe. Then guess what's going to happen? Your life is, unless you are actually prepared for that type of money, your life is ruined.
Yeah.
Though it'd be
Well,
hilarious if you would have won, and then like you would have
wouldn't that
teamed
be
up.
brilliant?
That would be
Oh
so
my
funny.
god.
Like I think like Lasniak would piss himself. I think at
That'd be
that point,
brilliant. God, I would love that.
Lasniak would like literally piss
Like,
himself.
I'm
He'd be like,
taking you all, bitches.
he'd
I
just be like,
absolutely love
"I'm
that.
hiring 25 lawyers right now, and then I'm suing you all." That's what I
Oh my
joke a
god.
lot about.
Remember
Like,
they said they were gonna they were coming after me with the same team of attorneys that beat Jeff Bezos, and he's the richest man in the world.
yeah, okay. You never beat Jeff Bezos. Listen, the guy like who's the guy sitting around a multi-billionaire? Oh, that might be more actually, and he's making spaceships.
Right. Yeah, I listen, I'd be cool with 400 plus million after taxes. Hell.
Bro, I would be happy with 25 million. I mean, like you can easily just do a lot with that.
You know what? If I literally did win, like I don't like fancy shit. I don't like Rolls Royce. I do like the older cars. I like the way the front seat was one big seat. It's more like romantic and roomy, and I do like that. But I wouldn't go for like these I would still live like it. I'm very
Well,
frugal.
if you won
Few,
400
whatever the
million
word is.
dollars, if you won $400 million, you would need to hire bodyguards.
If I won that amount, I'd give each of my family members $1 million.
That's your mistake.
My no, it's not because I love them. And my closest family, I'd give more, obviously. But then I call you up and say, all right, where do I invest this shit, B Tim? Let's go.
You'd probably want to put it into an index fund.
See? And you would know. I'm thinking I'd be okay with $30 right now. You know what I mean? But shit, okay, we'll take 30K, 30 mil, whatever you want to give.
But also, like
Wild.
you're at like if you have 400 million or 500 million, you're like at Bill Gates. You're starting to become like ridiculous. So usually
Yeah.
those types of people with that type of money start buying farmland and investing in it.
I'm definitely gonna eat that snail shit at that point. What's it
Yeah,
called?
I don't know.
You know that fancy snail shit they sell on the rich people eat?
Yeah,
Caviar. I'm gonna be
that's
eating
not snail.
caviar
That's the fish egg.
and you know what? I'm gonna go to the fanciest restaurant I never went to because I don't know how to pronounce their
And
menu.
caviar doesn't taste that good. I've eaten it. It's not that
Ew.
great. I don't like it.
Well, the fanciest of restaurants, I'm gonna hire a personal person to stay next to me and read the menu for me.
Yeah, well, the fact is, if you had 400 to 500 million dollars, like you could probably start doing what rich people do and buy farmland and invest in that and just hold it and sell it. That's what Bill Gates does.
I could be
They,
friends with the Amish.
well, you could buy farmland and hold it and then sell it later on, like 5 years from now, and make a bunch of money. That's
Mm.
what they usually do. They buy huge amounts of farmland and then they sell it and then they make a whole bunch of money. That's what Bill Gates does. That's what they all do.
You know why? Because the population's getting bigger, but the land's not expanding.
Yeah,
So
like land.
you gotta invest now.
Yeah, like there will always be less, and farmland is pretty important. Like, pretty much like you need it. It's food, it's the food basket, and you'll always have someone that will buy that shit up. So
Everybody in the chat saying escargot. I'm guessing that's the way to say it. It sounds familiar. But
okay.
I like how the chat you guys just keeps writing it as if I can pronounce it correctly. Anyhow,
Escargot.
I think that's what it's called.
Okay. I have 50K to invest.
But why is it spelled escargot? That's what I'm saying. You guys think I'm the stupid one. Whoever made these words is stupid. Escargot is escargot. Why put the T on? Fucking leave the T off.
Yeah. I don't know about the UK markets, to be honest with you, when it comes to like your stock thing. But I always tell people that if you're going to invest, you have to understand your tolerance for loss, what you're willing to lose, and how much emotional stability you have to see in your stock or your investment go up or down.
I
I
don't
mean,
have much emotional stability, so first thing I have to buy is a very good therapist to help me
yeah, like if you
properly
see,
spend this money.
like, you know what I mean? Well, that's the problem. Like, let's say you invested $100 million into the stock market, and then let's say there was a bad red day, right? You put it into an index, and then you suddenly lose $7 million in a day,
Oh,
which is 5 to 7%.
uh-huh.
You would probably freak the fuck out.
But if I had like 400 mil, I don't think I'm going to freak out over that.
But let's say like it was
Like
7%.
$7.
Well, 7%. But I'm trying to say like
Yeah.
your percent. Okay, that does happen. There are fluctuations in certain market days where 5 to 7% swings do happen on a
Yeah.
normal basis.
I think I've
So
seen a movie about that.
yeah, and well, people make money from the trend which I think but they're in between, and it's just like you have to understand your tolerance of risk, like what you're willing to lose. It's kind of like going and gambling a little bit. You have to understand, and if you can't afford to lose and you don't have that emotional stability, then you're probably better off with like things that you know are going to go up slowly but surely, but not rapidly, like gold,
Yeah, I
silver,
just have to buy
bonds.
property or something because I
Yeah,
don't like gambling
but
either. I hate
I
the
mean,
casinos.
well, when you have $400 million, you can buy like 10-year government bonds and make a shit ton of money. You could buy a lot of things. I mean, you could be very safe with that type of money.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't trust the market because I don't understand it enough, and I don't think I ever will. Like it's too complex.
Yeah, well, I mean, basically,
You got
index
to be
funds.
smart with numbers, and you got to pay attention. You got to be able to kind of predict things a little bit, and it's just
No,
I don't even play
it's
fantasy
not.
football
It's
for
not.
the same reason.
It's not that. It's not that complicated. It's just that you have to be careful of, try not to go for fast money and being stupid about it. You have to play things long term, and you have to actually research the company and think
Yeah.
it's good. And if you don't want to do that, then you can just put in an index fund, which is like putting $1 into the top 500 companies, and that's it. And then you just leave it there, and it has an average return of 9% per year for the past 20 years.
Oh
The
wow.
index fund, yeah, index funds have 9%, and per year, and that's for 20 years. So basically, you would put it into an index fund, or I wouldn't touch it with a mutual fund because the fees usually are a lot. These
Yeah.
guys, these brokers charge a lot of fees. But if you have 400 million, $500 million, you could do an index fund. You could buy land. You could do
Fucking
bonds,
right.
but definitely you would want to diversify. You would want to buy multiple things. You wouldn't want to put all your money into one thing. You wouldn't want to put all your money into an index fund. You wouldn't
I
want
don't
to put
even
all your
do
money
that
in
now. I'm
silver.
too cheap.
Yeah, that's just how it is. You put them in multiple things, and then you learn the markets as you go around. But yeah, pretty
I
much.
do a bunch of Airbnbs and shit.
No, never touch an Airbnb. Terrible investment.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh shit.
terrible. Especially in your like, I would look into your.
Yeah,
I
this
mean,
area sucks.
yeah, that's what I
If you
mean.
go
Like,
up towards the Poconos or something, maybe.
well, you have to look up you have to probably if you have that much money, you'd probably want to have a management company do it for you, and then you
Oh,
have to make
absolutely.
sure your insurance, and then you have to basically
Oh, you're
see
right.
what you would have to see what the tenant rights are. Like, does a person that just walks into your property become a tenant? Do they
Oh,
become a
yeah.
tenant, and then do you
Squatters.
have to do eviction notices on them? And then you have to deal with that, and that's the
Yeah.
situation that you got to be careful of. So certain states, like for instance, Florida has great squatter rules where you can actually arrest someone that tries to squat in your house.
Yeah, a lot of
Um,
states are starting to catch on to them
Yeah.
and all too, and changing them. Yeah.
And then, like, when you get into the big properties, like let's say you're building up properties, you have to pay someone to actually navigate the permit pulling system. You have to pay them a lot of money, and you have to basically know all the permits. And it takes you years to actually build properties. That's why New York City real estate is such a. It's not because of greedy landlords. It's because New York State is fucking horrible when
Well,
it
to be
comes to
fair,
permits.
there are a lot of greedy landlords. Like the market right now is outrageous, absolutely outrageous.
I mean, like the problem is that when you get a property, you have to you have to pay insurance for the property. You
Right.
have to worry about that person being evicted. If
Yeah.
they, then you don't get paid nothing. Basically, you have to fight that. You have to
Right.
permits. You have to deal with a lot of that. But yeah, there are greedy persons. But there also another issue is that New York City, Manhattan properties are owned by foreign interests that are using properties as investment tools. So there's like a group of people that invest in the building, and if they actually lower the rent, then that actually affects the loan they have, and they can't do that. They can't lower the rent for those Manhattan. So it's actually cheaper for them to keep it empty than to actually have tenants in there than lowering the rent.
Well, that's fucking gross, but
Yeah, I
sucks.
mean, yeah. Well, that's the problem with but yeah, I do a little bit of you can tell I could do a little research on certain things, but yeah, I would never touch real estate when it comes to. I would want to know the area, and plus, it's like if you have that type of money, like being a landlord sucks because guess what? What happens when someone slips and falls in your property? Guess
Right.
what? You're getting deposed.
No, you're right.
Like
You're right. Fuck it. Never mind. Never mind to the Airbnbs. I'll just live a very comfortable life somewhere no one will ever know.
yeah, like it's fucking crazy. Like you will be deposed. You will then have to. That's why even if you have a management company doing it, you'll probably be deposed either way.
Yeah.
Because then they're going to be like, oh, well, who, they're going to be like, wow, what do you do to maintain your property? Do you go buy your property? Do you check the sidewalk? When it snows, do you shovel and place salt on the sidewalk?
Well, you killed that dream. I give up.
Yeah, I know. I know about the real estate market. I looked into it.
That's why if I ever won, I will eventually come to you and say, hey, what do I do? But in the meantime, you killed that dream, buddy.
Yeah, I just don't recommend like stocks to people that are not ready to do proper research to it because you can easily lose money because you get scared.
Yeah.
I mean, for instance, Palantir dropped down to $7 a share. Like I think it was like $8 a share. A lot of people panic sold, and now what? Palantir is like what?
Goes back up.
$170 to $170.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, and you panic. Like, you have to have a belief in your stock. You have to basically know the fundamentals of the stock, and you have to have a vision for 2 to 5 years outlined when you invest in something. And if you don't, and you don't have any confidence in the stock, then why would you even buy it?
Good point.
I mean, or
not a quick scheme.
Yeah. Pay 30% management company to deal with your property. Yeah, that's the thing.
That's true too.
But
still a headache, though.
Yeah, you got to deal with it.
Yeah. And in a minute, I got to deal with this angry kid. So I appreciate you so much, B. Tim. I'm so glad to hear you had a nice holiday and your nephews enjoyed their gifts.
You go. You have a good one. Bye.
You as well. Good night. Well, I will not be buying any properties, nor will I be Airbnb-ing, and I will not be going to B. Tim for any type of stock shit because I can't be bothered. Bless it be, but I don't understand anything, and just not my category, I suppose. Lesson learned there. But I would open up community pools, and I don't care what the liabilities would be. I'd open up community pools in lower income areas. I would give back to people and the needy, and I get all those greedy landlords and demand that they rent their properties out or fucking sell because people need homes, damn it. But thank you all for tuning in with me. Joking aside, I just completely did not see this one coming. I'm baffled by it. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. Again, these short cuts they're trying to take to try to silence my speech and do all of this and that. It's like, give it fucking up already. You know what I mean? Like, and most of it's not even me. It's even more aggravating. It's like, it's not even me. And you don't get to lump me in. If you want to seek something on barbecue, seek it on barbecue. If Julie has a problem with barbecue, go seek it on barbecue. Why the fuck is it being thrown into this litigation and my name attached? All of it's stupid. We didn't record any record. I mean, for fuck's sake, you don't think the judge would have recognized one or two of us holding up our phones, recording a proceeding? You think one little soundbite in the background of a male talking says a courtroom proceeding was being played? It's so stupid. It's so far stretched. But they know that. Their entire filing was. There was over what? 400 fucking paragraphs. And now we got 47 pages and a bunch of screenshots of social media. Of course, none of their own, right? None of their own. And the fact that it was filed on Christmas Eve. Like, I am so tired of these motherfuckers taking these holidays, or at least trying to. This year, I'll tell you what. I disciplined myself. I put my phone down. I didn't touch it. I was not going to allow them to take another holiday from me. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to ignore it all that has taken place and put full trust in my attorney that he's more than competent. I know he is. And he's going to see it through the right way. And I'm going to have confidence that the courts will too, because this is ridiculous. Again, if this is what they wanted, if this is what they think they needed, back in March of 2024, Julie should have filed for one. You don't get to lump it all in together. This is stupid. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of all of this. I should have never been in this shit to begin with. And when people say, well, why do you focus on Brittany out of the other 9? This is why. Because it all started with her and her insecurities that I was going to have Nick on panel. That's it. That's all. And here we are today, almost a year and some later, still fucking dealing with this. This is insane. I was served November 7th of 2024, and we're now entering January of 2026. It is patience that I can't afford, though, Cash. You know what I mean? Like, at some point, you just want to be able to lay your head to rest and not have these nagging over you. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's so much easier said than done. And it's sick that they're sick, miserable people that they do shit like this around the holidays. They do shit like this when we're in the middle of a brief. They do shit like this when most of the people in the courts and most attorneys are with family. But I get it. If you're not that good of an attorney, you got to work holidays to make a little extra dollars because you never really advanced in your career. Sorry, my attorney knows nothing about that. He's pretty well established. But, I get it. If you have no choice but to deal with your little nimwit clients on Christmas Eve and act like you're in some immediate danger from shit that happened a year ago, bless it. I could never fathom being so pitiful. And that's one thing I can always remind myself. And I don't care if I'm in this litigation another 3 fucking years. I will never be miserable, lonely, horrible person like them. Ever. Ever. Because I know how to treat those around me. I know how to prioritize family and friends. And I will never end up being a lonely piece of shit like them. And I'll never end up with cockroach or water damage or black mold on my ceiling either. So, I can just always thank God I'll never be out of breath from speaking a sentence, and I can do jumping jacks and touch my toes and see my fucking feet and all of those things. I will never wait 15 years to get a ring to finally get one for my mother-in-law that basically says, go work out, heifer. I can always just thank goodness I'll never have my child call me a fucking fatty. I just got to remind myself life could be worse. I could be sitting there out of breath, eating gummy bears and nodding the fuck out, but I'm not. So, I can be Betty, turning gray and aging by the minute and lonely and sleeping with every YouTuber I encounter. Nobody ever really claiming me publicly. It's just like, it could be worse. I could be a foul actress that has to wear fatigues to the courtroom and hopes that it gets me a little further advanced. But, I could take a photo in a car with my best friend looking like we're 2 lovers playing with little, but I just will never be like that. I don't have to worry about that, I could be known as chasing vodka because I showed my ass drunk so many times on a stream. And it's just thank goodness that will never be me. The worst thing that happened to me was I actually got locked in the gym. I never got locked out, never stepped on a scale, and it said 1 person at a time. I never had my boyfriend talk into my mic and tell the world what type of partner he's looking for into my mic because, well, I would never just put myself in those positions. And I would never have to call my kid at 1 a.m. to say, hey, did I ever give you up? But because I wouldn't have to call because I could walk right to their bedroom and speak to them because they live in my home with me because I never lost custody. You know what I mean? There's like some type of people in this world and there's some that aren't. And I'm just thankful I would never be one that isn't. That's the thing, Steve. I can say all of this and breathe at the same time and never run out of breath. And I can still read the chat and keep up with it all because I'm not nodding the fuck out. So blessed be. God is good. There's so many things we could be. And I have to tell you all in a few days, if my girl Chico comes through, I'm going to be the best ass eater in the world. So there's also that. But I also will never have a man that talks about fucking cats with an 8-inch cock. And, it's just so I don't know if my man would ever want me to eat his ass. But, there's blessings in that too, I suppose. I know I could always just, thank God that I don't get cursed out by my little children to go get their charger. There's so many worse that we're not going to wait a minute on that one wandering sub. We're just going to let it throw by because there's just so many things that could be. And we're so blessed not to be. And at the end of the day, I will never, ever be told I didn't cook the green bean casserole correct because it takes 4 fucking ingredients and I'm not an idiot. It's just one of those things. I would never put cubed meat into the oven with rice and fucking feed it to my children. I make that for dog food when I want to help feed the needy. and the homeless pets on the streets. So when we're sitting here and we're thinking of all the horrible things that could take place, we can always say at the end of the day, I will never sit around being a Brittany Nicole, not Black Jackson, because I would never be so desperate. And at the end of the day, I think that's all we have. I mean, Betty's cooking gray meat. She's cooking gray dog food and feeding it. And, they both aged like 10 years and 3, and they gained a lot of weight, and they're really pale and unhealthy looking. And remember, kids, it could always be worse. I think that's the perfect way to sum it up, and just say no to drugs. And, if they're 15 years, if you don't put a ring on it, don't put a ring on his. You look fucking desperate. It could be worse. Okay. That is the whole point. And I hope you picked up on that point. And if you didn't pick up on that point, I hope you pick up on the point that if your kids for 4 days have to talk about a home cooked meal, you're not cooking them enough. My kids have never fantasized over Thanksgiving dinner because they get home cooked meals all the time, And I think you're absolutely wrong in that, because if I was the one, I wouldn't be the one in a live stream listening to somebody that I feel is miserable, but yet I'm in their live stream listening and commenting. I'd scroll on past, but you scrolled on through and stayed for quite a few comments, just hoping I would see you because you didn't get seen at all today. And well, it could, I could always be like you. I could be in a chat box begging somebody to see me by writing a negative comment. I will never be you. I get paid for your comments. So you can keep commenting, but I'd never be you. And I think at the end of the day, that's what we all have to remember. It could be you, but it'll never be you. I will never be the idiot that thinks they're doing something by putting out private messages that prove nothing. Never. I will also save my teeth. I will brush them twice, sometimes 3 times a day, flossing in between, But as we get older, you do lose teeth. I mean, that just happens. I don't really judge much on that, but I couldn't be that if I tried. And at the end of the day, I will not try, because I care more about my health, my future, most importantly, my children, my family, my loved ones. And if I'm not my best me, and I'm not sleeping properly, and I'm not eating properly, and I'm not taking care of myself, who will take care of them? Right? So I say, remember, it could always be, but it won't. Fuck you, Brittany. Smelly ass bitch. Look at the AC unit behind her, and her new pic is pretty dirty too. There ain't nothing not dirty about her. She looks dirty. You can smell her through the screen. Are you kidding? She looks like she hasn't properly used shampoo and conditioner in 5 fucking years, doesn't know how to work a brush, doesn't brush her teeth because they're almost non-existent because they never grew up like her. She wears clothes with big old holes in them. She wore the same outfit 3 days in a row and went live in it as if we wouldn't fucking notice. She looks like she sits and marinates in her own ass sweat all day because she runs out of breath just by moving. The chair's trying to fucking escape her, for fuck's sake. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, there's some people, you look at them and they look like they smell, and they smell, and I never want to be them. I'm proud to say I can step in and out of my shower without weeble wobbling over because I'm not an overweight bitch. It is what it is. But that's a choice that I made in life. And if you are going to be a fat bitch, at least know how to cook. You're a fast food fat bitch, which makes it worse. I at least got respect for the people that gain a little weight because they cook a lot and they cook good. Like, I respect that. I aim to be that. Home good cooking, I get it. But like, you're fat because the same reason you think you're blind, because you can't see the drive-through menu. Like, it's just overall gross. It's unattractive. It's a TLC special on how unhealthy America is. And that's what the fuck you fit into. So I get why you're trying to make me as miserable as you, but it just won't work, because when I log off this right now, my son will come in here and play his game. I will go to the gym and work out, and then I'll be a happy little healthy being. You'll just be a little miserable, fat, out of breath bitch just sitting in a house that with 3 men that disrespect you, and you fall asleep and nod out trying to be the breadwinner. I mean, it's just sad. Pick up a broom today, sweep the fucking ceiling, and do something. Anything other than being a cocky, arrogant, giddy bitch on the internet, knowing your whole life's falling apart, including your fucking ceiling. I mean, there's bigger things to worry about, right? And so I got to remind myself, at the end of the day, I could be worse. And you're right. I'm not going anywhere tonight. You just reminded me it's snowing, and that's okay. I'll warm up. I'll make some hot chocolate, and I'll tell my son he's not going to play a game. We're going to watch a movie. And guess what? He'll enjoy that. And he won't call me a fatty or stupid or idiot, because he wasn't raised on electronics. He was raised with a mother that sat down and taught him his fucking manners, his education, and made sure that he knew that I knew that it all starts and ends at home. Okay. I would never say I'm going to smack my teacher in the face because my kid didn't know how to fucking color a fucking turkey. I'd be embarrassed. But then again, I never sat up to 2, 3 a.m. doing homework with them either. So, at the end of the day, it could be, but I'll never be. So continue to sue me, continue to silence me, continue to do whatever you got to do, but I will never be like you. And that fucking sucks, doesn't it, bitch? Anyway, appreciate all of you. If you haven't, please consider hitting the thumbs up. Appreciate all of you. As always, seriously, thank you. Thank you all for coming in today. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for all the comments. Even you little negative ones that came through. Nobody gives a fuck about you. Thank you for the thumbs up, the thumbs down, and most importantly, thank you for reminding me that it will never be. Good night.